Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the one and the only Rumboyz Fantasy Network. It's your boy Rumboyz Robbie, founder, CEO, betting, gambling, fantasy football person, man extraordinaire. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. If you have not already, make sure that you go ahead and hit that like button. Okay, you know the button that looks like thumbs up. Yeah. Make that button go blue. Right now it's gray, but then when you hit it, it's gonna go blue. And then also you can hit the subscribe button. The way that you know that you are properly subscribed, it'll say subscribe to once you are done. Okay, that button that is blue will go gray for you. All right, so make sure that you guys hit the like button. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel and dive off in the live chat, talk some shit, get to know each other, make some friends, get to know all the pirates. It's Rumboyz After Dark, baby. Dilly dilly. Let's get into it. We have a star-studded panel backstage. But first, okay, before we get into all of that, I do need to remind everyone that this show right here, not any other show, but this show right here is sponsored by MonkeyKnifeFight.com. Get on over to MonkeyKnifeFight.com. Sign up using promo code Rumboyz. Listen, if you are into player props, if you're into daily fantasy, in the words of my homie Leonard Fournette, then get on over to MonkeyKnifeFight.com. Download the Monkey Knife Fight app, available on both iOS and Android for all your daily fantasy prop needs. You utilize our promo code, we're going to match you on your very first deposit all the way up to $100. So make sure you guys show some love, share the stream, get on over to MonkeyKnifeFight.com, use our promo code, get matched on your very first deposit all the way up to $100. You want to play with 20? I'll match you on 20. You want to play with 100? I'll match you on 100. You already know what it is. Also, link is in the description. Make sure that you guys go ahead, start up a SportsMe account today. If you guys would like to, wow, because of the blue, you cannot see this. I should have told Toby about this, that this could have happened with the background being blue. Anyways, link is in the description section. If you want to debate us on any topic underneath the sun, is Floyd Mayweather the top 10 boxer of all time? Who would you rather start, bench, cut? Jerry Rice, Randy Moss, or freaking Justin Jefferson? You name it, we'll debate it with you over on the SportsMe app. Link is in the description. You probably won't win that debate against me, but we'll see. You know, whatever topic you want to bring up, hey, I'm willing to go toe-to-toe with you. Let's get into the cast and crew without further ado. First up, give it up for my dude. He just went viral movie over this past week with his Antonio Brown, Terrell Owens tweet. Give it up for my dog, St. Pat FF.
It's been 2 months. I'm back.
Guess who's back?
I've been changing diapers, and I'm here to change your mind. Let's go.
By the way, cheers to that. Cheers to father. Cheers to you being a new dad. Shout out to my niece. Yo, I'm loving the Facebook drops. Like just happy family. I'm loving it.
I'll send you some more.
I mean they just end up on my newsfeed, you know.
Yep.
Let's go ahead. Let's get into next. Ladies and gentlemen, he is here on time tonight, so he actually doesn't have to take a penalty shot, which is kind of fucking crazy. Give it up for Drop the Mic FF.
What's up, everyone? I am happy to be here on time. I am happy that I have a bottle in my hand. But I am more happy that my buddy St. Pat is back.
Hell yeah. Hey, I'm
best
happy
bros for life.
I'm ecstatic for
I'm
now.
happy that you made it to work on time too. Thank you. Well, I don't. You guys aren't able to see backstage, but I am, and I see a little bit of rage in this person's heart that I just brought you on. But also,
do I need the middle finger back?
Also, you might need it. Also,
okay.
He is now a part of the 32-bit team as well. He is going to be on the Issa Vibe panel. You guys can catch him, host of Fade the Public. You guys can catch him over there with BDGE. It is the Gender Wonder Snacks.
I see what you're doing there, Mike. And trust me, behind the scenes, I was doing it to you too, you miserable bitch.
I knew that's what you were doing, Snacks. I love you, and I can't wait to see you on the field in the Bears uniform on Sunday.
You think that's really funny, don't you? Anyway, it's nice to see everybody. Thank you for having me, Robbie. I truly appreciate it as always. Pat, wait, is it true? You wait, did I hear that right? I'm sorry. I was texting my brother back. You're a newborn father. Did you have a kid, or was I here?
I did have a kid. She's 7 weeks old today.
Congrats,
Mom's
buddy.
in the other room with her.
Congrats,
She's had a great
buddy.
day. She's been sleeping. She's been eating really good.
No, okay. Hold on. Time out. You said she's had a good day. Then you just said she's been sleeping, which means you've had a good day.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
What's confusing about that?
Well, you said nothing.
People
You should
keep
give
reading
yourself
into
more
what I
credit.
say.
You should give yourself more credit.
People keep reading into what I say and applying motive to what I say and taking me out of context. That shit can stop. The entire internet can stop with that.
Whoa.
I knew where you were going.
Hey, it's your fault that the internet's on your ass. You tweeted it. Hey.
It's your fault that T.O. wants to come back and take over for AB. He wants to prove you wrong.
If I'm the reason T.O. comes back, nothing will make me happier.
We got two more cast members backstage. We got two more cast members. Ladies and gentlemen.
Good to see you guys.
Good to see you,
Good to see you, bro. Pre-show, he was already back making some picks. You already know that his picks are legit. Give it up for Pang's Picks.
What up, guys?
This motherfucker.
Don't lie, Robbie. I was taking a nap. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, week 18, right? It's gonna be a pain in the ass to do any kind of picks. Who fucking knows? Welcome back, Pat. I'm stoked that you're back. You know this. Well, like, my cat wants to come out. All right, guys, moving on.
Ladies and gentlemen, you just saw him off an emotional broadcast here on the Rumboyz Fantasy Network following Big Ben's last game at Hines. Give it up for Reggie Harris.
What's up, dads?
What's up, Raj?
Is this the guy that broke off a touchdown for no reason at the end of a game?
That's me.
You lost me a championship.
Yo, I was in a league where that ridiculous, nonsensical touchdown cost somebody a fantasy championship by 0.4 points.
I love it.
Was it nonsensical? That's their contract money. People
Okay.
want to talk shit about Najee all season where he couldn't make big runs, and he did against a good defense.
He did.
I'm gonna boogie
Had them
tonight.
stats.
Listen, can I just say, like, being a content creator has its perks. Shout out to those that slide into my DMs. Ladies, you know who you are. Thank you so much.
God, that reminds me of the video I put out today. Content creators versus engagement farmers.
Three, what's good? Corey, what it do, homie? Corey asked, Moe's Qdoba or Chipotle? Which queso is better? I'm so happy that you asked this, that I have the munchies like a bitch right now. Dude, when it comes to queso, like that Moe's shit is pretty fire. Chipotle's queso is like sandpaper, dude.
Never had Moe's. Never had Moe's. Never heard of Qdoba.
It's Doba's.
Yeah.
Is there Qdoba in Windsor?
A lot of agreement here. A lot of agreement.
What food item are we adding ketchup to? My name's not Patrick Mahomes, despite being light skinned, and I actually don't eat ketchup. So
I think there's an underlining diss to that question, Robbie.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
No, Damien cracks me up. It's the ketchup thing. It's been cracking me up recently. So.
It's been great.
What is the ketchup thing?
It's fun being in group chats with him because it's constant. We're all building off of each other, and it's hilarious.
It cracks me up. If he stays away from the food and asks those important sports questions, I'm all in. I think I've answered like all the wrestling ones, but the ketchup ones, I think I might have to throw a wrench in his head.
Oh my! I'm gonna have to get to know Damien now. It sounds like, fellas, y'all ready to talk some NFL?
Funny.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. But before we do it, cups up, gentlemen. Cheers to me. Cheers to you. All the ouch, my arm. All the rum boys and girls. What it do? Dilly. Fuck my life. Ooh.
Oh shit! Once again, I'm a child of God. I don't drink the alcohols.
Why not?
He's
Shut up,
legal.
Robbie.
It's legal where he's at in Canada. He can legally drink. He's making up bullshit. um,
I was
First question
boozing when I was
first.
14.
yeah, same. Dude, the high school I went
Nick,
to.
snacks, bro. It's future employers might be seeing this, my boy. Come on,
All right, you're
pipe
right.
down,
You're right.
pipe down. Come on.
You're right.
All right.
Listen, I'm trying to get
God.
fired from
Continue.
my own job, so I'm just gonna keep drinking on Robbie's channel. So
But your
see you.
current employer wants you to drink.
Exactly right. And right now on this stream,
That's accurate.
with many more details this week coming out in regards to Antonio Brown, all the way down to
Get back
him
one sec.
sneaking a OnlyFans schmodel. She's actually pretty cute too. Into the visiting team hotel establishment the night before the Jets game. And some of the details that she revealed about her encounter were, it was like kind of like, whoa, like deja vu. Like, I think that we've seen this before. I don't know, maybe a certain channels reported on this before. Whose side are you believing more? Is it the Tampa Bay Bucs side? Is it the Antonio Brown side with a lot of these details that come out? And ironically, Pat, you get to start.
All right. There's definitely truth to both sides. All drama comes from half truths. So you have to believe that AB isn't as much of a clown as the media is presenting him to be. Yes, there's truth to him sneaking this girl in and him walking off the field. That absolutely happened.
I don't know. I didn't see that happen.
But you also have to think about what has Bruce Arians created in Tampa Bay. He's created a culture that expects them to play injured from their stars. Earlier this season, Ray Routh said on Twitter, the Buccaneers medical staff cleared Gronk to return to the field with broken ribs and a punctured lung. They had Chris Godwin running on a torn ACL on the sideline.
That's fucked up.
I'm not taking sides. I'm just pointing out facts as we all come to our own conclusion. AB's got a point. Like, the Bucs have a history with two of their stars of pushing them while injured to play. And if he knows his body and he says, I can't go, who are you believing here? The team that's pushed their star players while hurt, or the guy that's hurt?
And using illegal painkillers. Oh, well,
Using
non-approved
using
painkillers.
potentially dangerous painkillers.
Yeah. Mike?
So, taking the chick to the hotel room, good for you, but you're an idiot. Especially if she tested positive like she supposedly did, and now she's telling the Buccaneers you might want to test your entire team. For the on-field stuff,
I didn't know about that.
I didn't hear
part.
that.
Yeah, she
Oh,
tested.
yeah.
She tested
tested-
positive for COVID-19.
But, right,
Omicron.
yeah, Mike, she
And
like
she-
Omicron,
Instagrammed it,
Antonio
right?
Brown.
And she posted her positive test and tweeted it out and tagged the team.
That's tough.
So,
But he's
the
also
thing-
not vaxxed. We still know that. right?
with all the other stuff, I understand what Pat's saying about the Gronk thing and the Godwin and the whole all that. But if he did get cleared to play, maybe it's questionable. But if you really were hurt, don't go cheering and doing jumping jacks in the goddamn end zone, you dumbass.
Right, right.
So for that part of it, I think AB's talking out of his ass. I'm done. Go Snacks.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess I'll rip it. I thought we were going that way, but fine. I'm kind of in realm with both of you guys. I also think that COVID test is probably bullshit. She was just causing more of a I mean, at this point,
She's trying to get that no jumper
Come on,
appearance.
drama.
She's trying to get that no jumper podcast appearance.
Yeah, literally, everybody and their mother has COVID right now, so maybe it's not wrong, but just she's clout chasing and whatnot. But
Hazel
yeah,
Louise is a rocket,
fucking
not gonna lie.
Dude,
it's extremely hard for me to believe Antonio Brown, just based on his history and the things. Listen, the guy ran himself out of Pittsburgh, which is arguably like the second or first most historic franchise ever. He was getting thrown the ball to by a Hall of Fame quarterback who was still playing well at the time. My only other rebuttal to this is okay, get the fuck out is what Bruce Arians said, right? But he was how many catches, how many touchdowns, how many yards away from $1 million incentives. I
he
can't
catches 200 yards on a tutty.
Right. I can understand him. I believe the whole story. Like he went to, I believe Bruce Arians' part where he goes, I'm not getting targeted enough. I'm not getting the ball enough. And Bruce is like, okay, get the fuck out, which I think is a little bit ridiculous. I think you just be like, okay, we'll figure it out. Just go sit on the side. Like, I don't think he has to say get the fuck out. And if he says get the fuck out, I don't think AB has to go running off and on a bum ankle, so to say, and doing jumping jacks like Mike said in the end zone. It all is just such a whirlwind of stupidity that I don't even know what to believe. I really don't. And then he goes on today and was talking shit about Brady and Gronk and everybody like that. He makes his case look worse and worse and worse. And Bruce Arians to me doesn't look like the most trustworthy guy. Maybe I'm judgmental, judging a book by its cover, but I don't know. Something about him I just don't believe.
Hold on. I
You
just
guys-
realized. Hold on. Wait. I just realized something about this story. All right. AB, you snuck in the chick that fucking licked the toilet seat door at the beginning of the pandemic.
You just
That was
realizing
You
this?
really?
That's fair.
Yeah.
I forgot that part of the article, but now like I'm going through and I'm reading the article. This is her, ladies and gentlemen. I don't care how
Oh, yeah.
bad you are.
Oh,
You
that's
lick
her.
toilet
Yeah.
seats. She
That's
licks
her.
toilet seats. She licks.
She's a
Yeah, she
dog.
got hold it.
Fuck yeah.
I mean, in fairness, it's been a year removed, so her tongue's probably clean.
Let's see. Where's the text? Antonio
yeah.
Brown
Mhm.
says,
There
I
they
know
are.
I want to see you too. I can tonight, but later. Let's remember Antonio Brown has CTE, so spelling is hard. Come, baby, I'ma be ready for you. I'ma see you. Or, haha, what did you say in that voice memo? I could come by at 1 probably. Maybe earlier. Let me figure it out. You're in Jersey City? Yes, baby. Come here, get this bonus. I can come at like 11:30. Ready for you, lovely. You're lucky my friends are letting me leave. And then this is weird by AB. Tell them you're in great hands. On the
I mean,
way.
they're in great
Like,
hands,
what?
not great feet.
Like,
At
So
least,
this one
at
is-
least Antonio Brown didn't get cold feet over the whole situation.
oh man. Oh shit, I've never got to change this since not analytics is done and all that. Hit Robbie. Hey, let me know. Holla at me. Holla at a G. Payne,
Who said the cold
continue.
feet? Who said the cold feet joke? That was phenomenal, Pat. That everybody
I
forgets he
completely
throws
missed
his feet. That was phenomenal.
So
Wow.
before we get into paying snacks, you brought up what Antonio Brown said about Brady. Did everyone read that today?
No,
I know that's newer.
I have not.
I
I'll read
actually
those
read it like
quotes.
an hour ago. Just
I'll
like
read those
after
quotes
Robbie
real quick,
sent, like,
just
stuff, yeah.
before we get to paying. Tom Brady is my friend. Why? Because I'm a good football player. He needs me to play football. Brady can't do shit by himself, but you guys are going to make it seem like he's just this heroic guy.
Oh my God, Rodney Harrison is right.
Rodney Harrison also couldn't stop a special teamer from catching the ball on his helmet. But anyway, I digress. Go ahead.
Oh,
Yep.
oh.
Let's go, Drew.
Terrific transfer.
Wow.
Payne.
So when it comes to Antonio Brown, like I've never had much love for the guy. You can kind of see his diva-ness early, in the middle of his Steelers years, right? Like he was doing the whole twerking in the fucking end zone, jumping on the poles, like humping the goalpost, shit like that, like
Good
wacky
times.
shit that was great. Kicking punters in the face, just things that made no
Yeah.
sense. Which great highlight reels nonetheless. But like this was already ongoing, and then you add the whole fact that he was the leading receiver and probably the best receiver in the league, right? So the 6th round pick is like the number 1 guy, and then he doesn't get paid like he wants to. He doesn't get the ball as much as he wants to. He was crapping on Martavis Bryant. He was crapping on Juju. Juju, a guy who knocked out Vontaze Perfect for him to get revenge for him. He still crapped on him and then blamed him for the loss. Yeah, like, dude, this is already pre-anything. Goes to the Raiders, does that whole fiasco to get himself forced off of a team, to then, fucking recording phone calls, fucking like just. I don't know why we're not surprised that this is beyond
No.
clown level shit. This
Yeah,
is like
yeah, Pang, that's
Joker
exactly,
level shit.
That's,
It's
that's how I
ridiculous.
feel. Yeah, like it's impossible to believe him.
Then he goes
Mike
to the
and I-
Patriots, pulls whack ass shit there after Brady like kind of helps him out to get there, gets fucking off the team, gets out of the league. Nobody wants anything to do with him, and then he's wondering why Why am I on a prove it? We want to make sure you're not a fuck. You're good. You need to prove that you're not an asshole. We know you're good, right? Like we know you're fucking good. Just prove you're not a fucking asshole.
Right, and I don't want to keep talking because I know I talk so much, and I'll shut the fuck up after this. But to your point, Pat, Brady literally like stuck his neck out for him. He let him live in his home. Let him live in his home. And then today he's gonna go out and say, "Oh, I don't get paid like Gronk." No, first of all, you don't deserve to get paid like Gronk because Gronk isn't gonna go do what you do, and the Bucks aren't gonna take the chance of paying you a lot of money because you do exactly what you just did. You dopey motherfucker.
It's like with Gronk, like the fact that we have to compare him to another party guy and say like you're not as bad as this one. That's literally ridiculous. Gronk is like one of the heaviest partiers in the league.
Yeah,
and we have to go. Oh well, you know. You need to prove it beyond him. Like, and that's a very low bar.
And all these guys are on cheap deals. Why? Because the Bucks are wanting to win a championship. They brought back 22 players, all 22 starters, to try and win a championship again. To run it back. Brady's playing for like top 15 quarterback money this year at $25 million.
Yeah, he's top 3 quarterback. Yeah.
Mike and I were top 3 quarterback.
Mike and I were on air. Mike and I were on air, and those that have been following the Rumboyz Fans Network for a while, like we've covered like AB, like we got fucking paid a lot to like report on fucking AB. It was pretty dope. And I literally said when we were on air Sunday, I was like, been covering this dude for too long. Watch. As soon as he did the jumping jacks thing, as he was doing that, I was like, he's about to drop a track. Pay attention to his Instagram. Sure enough.
He said, Robbie said during the game that he was going to drop, and I said, not today. And it happened that day.
It happened an hour later. I was like, give it an hour. I was like, give it an hour. Sure enough, an hour later, our whole chat was like, he just dropped a track. He just dropped a song. I was like, I fucking told you.
And here's the other kicker about Brown. Like, he had a prove it deal, and he signed it. You signed it. Okay?
Yeah.
Like, no one fucking made you do it. No one put a gun to your head. Nobody forced you back in the league. You chose to do this. I hate when players do this. I hate anybody that goes like 1 year, 2 years into contract is like, hey man, I actually outplayed it. I need to get more money. What if you underplayed it? What happens if you underplayed? Do I come back and go, hey, cut in half? No, you get cut, but you keep the guarantees.
Great point.
I want to hear what the Steelers fan has to say.
Hi. Okay. Peng, you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. So y'all know I own this right here. So I stand by this statement.
Clown.
Okay? Right. All right. So, yeah, I mean, okay. So a couple of things about the COVID thing. So I will say I don't trust the OnlyFans model because I don't know if y'all heard, but when the whole thing about Dave Portnoy was coming out, the whole thing about
I know where you're going.
Portnoy,
This is a good, Raj. This is a good point.
So he's a piece of shit regardless. But fucking this girl was the main one that they used like in their article as a source as to like what happened. She was kind of like headlining the shit. And then it turns out that they had never even met. So I don't know how much stock we can really put into what she's saying. But apart from that, let the guy pipe. Who fucking cares? Even if whether he did or didn't, dude, let him do what he wants to do. Who cares? Especially because he's off the team now. Who gives a fuck, right? But I will say a couple things that I don't think many people have brought up yet is they forget that Bruce Arians was the Steelers' OC.
Yep.
Antonio Brown's first 2.5 years of his career, and he hated him. The year after Arians left, he became a star. Literally the year after, he just did not like him.
Bruce Arians is an old school guy, and Antonio Brown embodies everything that isn't old school, right? Flashy, not a team player. That's what I'm saying. So crapped on Big Ben when he left. Now wants to praise Big Ben on his final game. Just like weird ass shit.
No, I agree. But I think it's weird that this. Okay, I don't really know how to word this properly, but I think we all know the only reason he got signed to the Bucks was because of Brady. Arians didn't have shit to do with that, right? I think that's kind of consensus.
Agreed.
But who's Bruce Arians to try and force a player to play? Because again, he's old school. But why the fuck are you gonna do that? In the modern day and age, you can't do that. You cannot force a player to play through an injury. Like, I think again, consensus. We all know that you shouldn't fucking inject people with unapproved painkillers. You shouldn't force them to play through an injury. and you shouldn't fucking harass a guy and tell lies. Because I think what Bruce Arians was saying was a lie, right? Because we've seen text messages from AB's camp, and then we saw the shit with Tom Brady's trainer, where AB paid him like $250K, didn't get his money back. So I think there is some shit going on in the Bucs organization that needs to be looked into a bit. And people aren't giving AB the benefit of the doubt that he deserves because of the shit that he did in the past. Which, don't get me wrong, he did some fucked up shit and he didn't and maybe he doesn't deserve a second chance or third chance, fourth chance, whatever the fuck you want to say.
Fifth.
But I think we should fifth even, sure. But I think I don't think we should just
84?
completely write off what he's saying.
Oh.
I think we should look into the team a bit more and see what's going on there.
Can I say
That's really all I
one
gotta
thing
say.
about those texts, Raj? I don't know if you agree.
Those texts were vague as fuck.
I don't buy into those texts though, because
Yeah, I don't buy into those
I
at
could.
all.
I mean,
AB has been on the Bucks for 2 years now,
That is
and the fact that this is the first text that Bruce Arians sends, and he has to say it's BA saying, "Yo, AB, it's BA," meaning Bruce Arians. You don't have your coach's number, and the screenshots
yeah.
are like blurry and everything. I don't buy those texts at all.
At all.
At all.
yeah.
Yeah, I doubt Bruce Arians has abbreviated himself. He might just say this is coach
This
is true.
exactly that too, and especially if
or this
Bruce
is Arians or some
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
And if AB doesn't like him, he wasn't going to be talking to him so respectfully like he was in those texts.
In those
I
texts,
think
You know what?
those
Yeah,
are
no, I see
all
that side
fake.
of it for sure. I see that side for sure.
and
But
nothing in those texts said like you know, hey, we're forcing you to play or whatever like
Right.
that.
so then,
like,
who do we believe? Because we don't know shit that happens on the side.
That's what we're trying to
There's
figure out.
no one we can
it,
believe,
it
right?
was
That's what I'm saying. I think
anyone?
even look for the model to even be like, oh well, he even said, you know, you don't know my type of crazy, and then she talked about, you know, the mumbling and stuff, which we've seen like in interviews and stuff, but she spoke way too like on point to his character, and her text messages matched up more to actual AB versus those other ones.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
no, I mean,
and hang
I
on,
think-
hold on. And this is
Alright,
coming from the
alright,
person
alright.
that has had to repetitively report on AB.
Yeah.
Like I still vividly remember the text messages between him and the freaking massage woman.
Like fucking AB busted like a Jussie
Mhm.
Smollett. He's out there having
Wait.
his friends text him and shit. Like, hey, pretend like you're Bruce Arians. All right, I got you, man. Yo,
That's what I'm
homie,
saying.
it's BA. Like, what you doing?
Like that's what I'm
Take
saying.
the
like,
drugs.
This is the same
Badass
dude that
coach.
fucking. This is the same dude that faked the vaccination card. AB shows up on your front door tomorrow. He needs to stay at your place for exactly 1 month. What's the absolute minimum amount of money you'd have to take to house him? All right, here's the thing. I'm not housing AB because AB doesn't pay anybody. Did you hear that track that he put out? That track
true.
sounds like a freaking producer made that shit in a freaking bathroom or like a closet or something.
I was
Right.
originally gonna say a form of money, like a number, but then you're right. Like, is he actually even gonna pay me? And the answer is probably fucking not.
Terrence
Yeah.
Howard had a better studio set up and hustle and flow than what the hell AB is working with.
Wow,
And it was hard out there
what
for
a
a
pull
pimp.
right there. What a pull.
He paid a Fiverr guy to show up to his thing and like hook it up. Yo, dude,
Yeah.
I could set up your record studio for $25.50.
AB
like,
has money to be working. AB has money to be working with DJ Khaled, and instead he's working with DJ Fallon.
Does he have DJ Khaled money?
I
at this
mean, he
point?
was
I feel
looking-
like he's probably blown his money.
He
He's
has
worried
money,
about that
he
1
has
million
money
in
to where
incentives.
he has money to where he could be able to afford DJ Khaled to produce.
No,
a
I'm sure
track
he-
for him.
I guess.
They're both from Florida. DJ Khaled probably be like, yeah, you know, AB, you know, it's blessings, you know, it's a major key that I help you get your instrumentals right because your shit sucks. No offense, it's another one, but your shit sucks. It's another one, but your shit sucks. Like I can see Khaled exactly responding like that. Pitts or Schultz this weekend. Who wants to take this one first? I don't care. Feel free for all it.
Pitts.
Pitts.
Falcons have something to play for.
Who's still playing fantasy in week 18? Come on.
Yes.
Some
ESPN users.
people.
What are you doing, Michigan? That's my boy.
Yeah, what are we doing? What are we doing here?
How are we playing in week 18 still?
Just we gotta answer the
going,
question.
I'm going Pitt.
I'm going Pitts. Pitts.
I'll probably go Pitts as well.
Dallas has got everything locked up. I don't know. I would
Exactly.
just trust the rookie with more energy and he's probably got incentives and I don't know. I'd go Pitt.
Yeah, I probably.
I think he was on the injury report, wasn't he? Is he good now? I I didn't see anything.
I mean, it's
I
against the
haven't paid attention.
Saints. Like,
That is true.
I mean,
Matt Ryan threw for like 350 yards and 3 touchdowns against the Saints. He plays very well against the Saints. I'd go Pitts.
yeah, I'll go Pitts. I like that call. And then he
Oh, that's in our league. Fuck.
What's
that's
up,
fucked up.
Hollywood?
That's in-
Tampa
that's in- I'm
Colts
in
or
that league.
Patriots. Tampa Colts, Patriots, or Green Bay defense.
Ooh,
You gotta go
I think
through.
the Colts, right? The Colts are playing
Colts.
Houston, and
No, the
they're
Colts are
winning.
playing
playing the Jags.
Jacksonville. They're playing
The Jags are
Jacksonville.
gonna win.
Might be even
Colts
better.
Jags are
haven't-
gonna win, and the Steelers are
Yeah.
gonna make it to the playoffs.
Colts haven't faced haven't beaten the Jags in Jacksonville in 5
Rod,
years.
did you get into my weed?
That's true. That is true.
What? No.
Oh,
Rod,
I
did you get
hate
into my league?
road
Okay.
I hate road defenses.
Side note: I guess I'm in that league that I just haven't paid attention to since I missed the playoffs. So what can you do?
Yeah, play. Go in and play the Colts defense.
I had like 6 running backs injured in that league, so I just gave up.
Rod's
It's
your own
your own
damn league.
It's in your own-
Shit.
I had fucking CMC,
Um,
Dalvin, Swift.
Love it,
All
Rod.
types of
Good for
shit.
you, man. Do your own thing.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks, buddy.
Bringing people together.
So
Not
this
playing
is
to win.
this is gonna get interesting. This is gonna get interesting.
Mhm.
I should have put this question lower in the show sheet. Like
I love that I'm right before Pat.
I should have
That's gonna be
put this
exciting.
lower in the show sheet just because like we should have been more drunk for this. Like I should have gotten like more so fired up snacks for this one. But Raj, we're gonna start with you, then work our way back around.
So this is supposed to be
What the?
a fantasy
Are you gonna
dynasty
fuck-
question?
Are you? How about you ask your question after I fucking read the question? Is it your
Fucking
show?
dude, I thought we all
What?
know what
What?
the fuck was happening. All
What?
right, sorry. I digress. All right. Did the fifth,
Oh.
goddamn.
Keep one, trade one, cut one. Devonte Adams, Cooper Kupp, Jamar Chase.
Okay, is it a dynasty question?
No, it is not a dynasty question. I was about to. Can I finish explaining? Damn, Raj.
No, you can't. No, I'm just trying to
Dude,
fucking say
look.
give my take. I go.
Hey,
Fucking
ladies, just so you know, Raj comes prematurely. If you can't tell by the way he gives his takes.
Oh,
And
I tell you,
I ain't
Rod-
ashamed.
We gotta get out of here.
No,
This is
no,
ridiculous.
No
You know what
offense,
J. Cole
no
said? I come
offense,
fast like
no
911 in
offense,
white
Raj, but I'm
neighborhoods.
100% going to use that
Bitch.
insult on other people. So thanks, Raj.
Please do.
No offense. Raj,
No worries, no worries. We can. I was just gonna have this be like general NFL, but
Yeah.
Rod, since you want to take the fantasy approach, you can do either or. Okay, I will allow either or.
All right, so even if we're if we're doing like actual NFL, then fucking I guess it's like a dynasty question type of.
Oh, this one sucks so
Like,
fucking
right.
much.
Answer the
Okay.
fucking question.
Okay. Keep Jamar, trade Cup, and cut Devontae. I think if I'm taking this from a dynasty, like if I'm starting right now, who do I want type of approach. I think I'm cutting Devontae just because I don't want fucking Jordan Love. I hate Jordan Love. Pat,
Okay.
I know you hate Jordan Love too. I don't fucking talk. Right?
Okay.
And then Cup just because of age, he's not getting any younger. He's like 29. So why not? And then Jamar's like fucking 21, 22. I want, and he's fucking dominant. This is coming from a Steelers fan, dude. He's a fucking beast. So I'm keeping that boy for the rest of his fucking career. That's it. Done.
Okay. Well, I literally said that it wasn't a dynasty question, but I like the dynasty approach.
Shut up.
No, all good. It's your take. Paying as of this moment. Okay.
So this is a dynasty question,
Could
right?
fucking said that. God damn. From this moment.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so I have not been a hater on Jamar. I just hated the fact that he got drafted so high this season, in just football in general, and well, fantasy. But give me Jamar. Like you said, 21. Dude has ridiculous ball awareness. Jetpack Galileo was talking about. I showed the videos, and he. Funny enough, after he showed the videos, Jamar did it again the week after and had that fucking 3 touchdown game, 260. That guy goes for the ball. A lot of receivers don't do that. They let they let the ball land to them. But what makes Jamar so good is he runs towards it, even on the in routes. Like things that would get intercepted ain't gonna fucking happen if Jamar gets it. So his ball awareness level is just top notch at 21, 22. He's a fucking star. So yeah, he's the guy I keep for sure. And then I would trade Devonte Adams because he has the best fucking record right now for wide receiver across the last few years. And I would probably cut Cup. And I know some people hate on it, but Devonte Adams has been dominant for what, 4 seasons now, as number 1 to 3 receiver. Cup did it twice realistically. So, and I know with one-time things, we've seen it before. Some guys generally fall off. I don't think Cup will fall off, but the injuries on him are also worse than Devontae's. So I would trade Devonte. I think the value is there. And then Cup would be the one I have to cut, which sucks. I love Cup.
Okay. I like not analytics. Like, take care if it's a 1-year keeper, cut Chase. Look at his game log. He's hot, cold as hell. Set aside week 16 and 17, and his high yardage mark is 77, dating back to week 7. Okay.
He's also a rookie. I mean, how many rookies are like that dominant? Right? Like Cooper Kupp's first year wasn't that good. Devonte Adams' first 2 to 3 years weren't that good.
Yeah, he didn't explode till like year 3 or 4. Yeah.
Year 3.
So I'm just throwing it out there. Like, if we're gonna give crap for a guy being hot and cold from a quarterback that was hot and cold himself, and not necessarily a Jamar issue, full on Jamar issue, because where was T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd when Joe Burrow was throwing 150-yard games? Like, right? Like, you can sit there and blame Jamar, but isn't that a Joe Burrow issue? So, anyways, I haven't been the greatest props on, but I have to give it to him because he's 21, 22. He's fucking beast in it, and he did it in 16 games. He didn't need that extra week.
That is true.
This is exactly what me and Robbie have to deal with every Sunday morning because it's me and Robbie on the Bengals and this man not.
Hey, I was always on Joe Burrow, but then that fucking guy burned us like 3 weeks straight, and I had to change my team name to Burrow My Head in Shame.
Oh my god. Okay. Snacks. Burrow won me a championship, so I have no complaints about Burrow.
He's fucking
All right. So this is literally Robbie called me before, and I was like, this is like the most absurd asshole question you could ask because there's so many ways you can answer it and do
GM
it
Snacks.
There is so many different ways. So after hearing the two beautiful men before me, I'm gonna pivot a little bit, and this is what I'm gonna do. We're gonna go NFL, right? We're not doing fantasy dynasty, or at least in my perspective, we're gonna go NFL.
Don't steal mine.
I'm gonna trade Jamar Chase. He's gonna get you by far the most capital back. By far.
Yep.
I 21 years old and dominating. You're gonna get a lot for Jamar Chase.
Get a left tackle. Penei Sewell.
Well, that's who I thought they should have drafted, but it seemed to work out. I'm going to trade Jamar Chase. I know it's absolutely insane, whatever. He's 21, but I'm going to trade him, and I'm going to get the value. I'm an NFL owner. I'm a GM right now. I want to win. I mean, you could obviously win with any of them, but anyway, I'm going to accumulate draft picks or a player of need for Jamar Chase because he's got the most value. Then everybody's gonna hate on me for this one. I'm gonna cut Devonte Adams, and I'm gonna keep Cooper Kupp. Every time I've watched the Rams, whether it's with Jared Goff, Matthew Stafford, no matter what, even in college, that man, I don't know what it is. I have no idea. He's always open. He is always open, and it's honestly between Devonte and Cooper Kupp. I think right now it's a toss-up between who's the best receiver in the league. I'd give it to Adams, but I for some reason I just every time I see, maybe it's a bias thing that Aaron Rodgers is so good and Devonte Adams it just makes it look better. But Cooper Kupp, and what did Devonte Adams do without him? Anyway, I am taking Cooper Kupp. He is always wide open. He's putting up historic numbers beyond belief. I don't care if he's getting 642 targets or the size of Mike's fucking ego, how many targets he's getting. He's that damn good. I have to throw a dig in every once in a while. I haven't done it in 40 minutes. Mike, come on, give me a break. 40 minutes. He's always open, and he's somebody that I could rely on for if I need a 3rd and 6. There's nobody else I'm going to. Cooper Kupp on an out, Cooper Kupp on an in. He's going to be wide open. He's going to get it. And he's going to fight for that extra. So
one of the best route runners. He's 6'2".
Right, sorry.
And I think those two, Devonte and Cooper Kupp, are probably the two best route runners. So, like I said, it's a coin flip. I think Cooper Kupp's a little bit better because every time I'm watching Red Zone on my second TV while I'm watching the Giants and Cooper Kupp's on it, he's just wide open every time.
Captivates you. Yeah, it captivates you.
Shout out to
Robbie,
Steve
it
Smith for
literally-
calling out the best
it
receiver.
It
Always gotta
literally-
give him props for that.
It literally captivates me how open every single time he is. And everybody's like, oh, well, Robert Woods like, well, why is he getting targeted so much? Gee, I don't know, Robert, because Cooper Kupp runs the most smooth routes in the NFL, and he's literally wide open every time, and he doesn't miss a ball. So
I remember
I'm
Cooper Kupp's first catch when he was a rookie in preseason in a Rams jersey. And my man just literally reaches out like this, one hand on a slant, like ball that should have been out of his reach. He reaches and he grabs it, and I swear, angels sung before that ball hit his hand. Oh, and
So,
I was like, yeah.
During his combine drill, Steve Smith was like, obviously, I always say it every time. Steve Smith said he was the best receiver in his draft class. Everyone blew him up for it.
Yeah.
But if you watch his combine drills, like he was good. Like it looked so amazing. He did it better than everybody else.
You know what?
Like,
I'm sorry to interrupt. It looked smooth. Everything just looked smooth. Yeah.
they compared him to Larry Fitzgerald, and I usually hate player comps, but like yeah, that's it. Like,
Yep.
There we go. Like it's the closest comp was Larry Fitzgerald, Jarvis Landry. I mean, that's when Jarvis Landry had the best hands in the league, and Larry Fitzgerald had the best hands in the league.
Right.
Like, the two
And Robbie,
guys.
I'm looking at the comments real quick. I'm sorry. I saw one that you put up before. Not analytics makes a really good point. He's got a Kupp also a scheme. Like he's got slot usage. He's just as good in the slot as he is outside. He's that versatile, and he can go anywhere on the field, and he's going to be productive and be open. So yeah. Mike, I'm sorry if I stole your thunder. I don't know if I did with the Jamar Chase trade. I think that's where you were kind of going to go with, but that's where I went. Trade Chase, get maximum value for the youngest player. I'm cutting Devonte as much as that hurts my soul, and I am sticking with Cooper Kupp.
Go ahead, Mike.
I mean, you could just be the Bengals and have three amazing receivers.
No,
That'd
you
be
could
nice.
do that too. You
So
could do that.
I see Pat seeding over there, so I am going to.
You don't even know what my answer is.
I know, but I just think
Don't
so. I just think so.
You think people keep assuming things.
Pat's gonna be like, keep
People keep
NDS,
assuming things.
keep Adam Lazard.
Welcome to the internet.
everybody
else is
Pat.
time.
Motherfucking internet.
But at the same time, I have this little ginger down
Bring back
here
Jarrett Boykins.
talking,
ginger?
What?
and I wanted to say something bad about Snacks besides him being a ginger. But this mofo down here said everything that I wanted to say because I agree with you, my man.
Bang, baby.
That's it.
Bang.
It's a
Done.
first for everything, eh? That's tough.
Done.
There is-
Go,
honestly-
Pat. Me and this guy are literally 100% agreement.
That
Like it.
what Damien
That,
said.
I'm not even. Whoever said there's a first for everything, that's 100% true. Cheers,
So
Mike. Cheers.
Cheers. Go, Pat.
Right? Am I wrong? Like,
I was
come on, man. I think that maximizes your value and everything. Boom. You know what? Fuck it.
Wait,
Pat, all
okay,
you.
sorry. If
Mike,
I could just make a quick
What you
counterpoint to
got,
that.
Pat?
Sorry. Wait, sorry. I just want to say something that like I want to pick up during Snacks Day because you said Jamar Chase's value is sky high, right? But isn't his value just going to get higher? And I think Cooper Kupp's value is at just about the highest it's going to
Peak.
be.
I think it's at peak.
Right?
I
I just
absolutely
thought-
agree. I absolutely agree.
right?
But the question is right now, and he's the youngest. That's why I think
he's also on a rookie contract.
rookie
So,
contract,
think
21
about-
years old.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying because we're talking
Okay.
right now.
But I would,
But
I
no,
would rather
it's a
trade.
fair rebuttal. It's a fair rebuttal. But
Right.
that's how
Right.
I'm
I like it.
processing this question,
Yeah.
which I hate.
But
Roger.
you
I
can
get it.
trade for
can't
Callaway
wait,
and to
I
top it
can't
off.
wait to answer.
Older receivers sometimes
it.
make a lot, like can get like I remember Julio Jones was on the block like before his whole Titans thing, and
Yeah,
people were like,
yeah.
"Oh, you can get like a first and its cousin, and all this other bullshit for like a 32-year-old
I
receiver."
say.
But like, dude, like Devonte Adams is he even 30 yet? Or Cooper Kupp even 30?
29, I think. I don't
Right,
know.
like
He's close, I think, right?
yeah, right. So like
yeah.
you're talking about guys who are
Devontae's
pre-30
29.
at top of the game. Like you still get
29.
plenty of them.
I looked
20
it up.
it's
Devontae's
29.
29, Cup is 28.
He
Yeah,
just
yeah.
turned 29.
It's so
Boom.
much
There
for
you
that.
go.
You were
Mike,
people,
here's the coin.
didn't
flip.
like Emmanuel Sanders cost like a second rounder and like fucking who's the other Bengal wide receiver that went to the fucking Patriots? Mohamed Sanu that costed like a first and a second
Yeah,
round.
What was Bill thinking with that?
Sanu
Anyway,
for a
that was
second. That
crazy.
Oh,
second
God.
became
Yeah.
J.K. Dobbins.
Yeah, fucking Sanu,
Yeah.
Sanders,
And then
went
was
for
traded for
fucking big
Hurst.
money.
Like-
Like I don't know, like you can get a ton, like especially if it's like I'm sure he'd go like for 2 first rounders and a second or some shit.
Oh, without a doubt. Without
Like,
a
do I
doubt.
need that many
Pat,
fucking
go ahead,
picks?
hold on, let Pat do his say. Let Pat
Go,
go.
Pat.
I was going to say
Passion penis.
what Damian said.
I agree.
Cooper Kupp is a great
He
route runner.
agrees.
I don't think he is the top in the league. I think scheme-wise, he is schemed to get open, especially when he's facing zone coverage. He finds open patches of the field, finds breakdowns in the coverage, and he's just sitting in the perfect spot for it. Stafford has been able to exploit that in ways that Jared Goff can only dream of. With that being said, I took this as a dynasty question, and if I'm looking to, you're splitting hairs. You really are.
Answer the damn question.
I am. Damn. All right. Dynasty, obviously, I want Chase.
Okay.
Just
Oh yeah.
you've got several years of elite production before he even hits his prime. I want Devonte Adams over Kupp, but just barely. I've seen it more from Devonte. I think he can provide better no matter who his quarterback is, but he's also likely staying with Rodgers no matter where Rodgers ends up. Adams is a free agent. He's going to go where Rodgers goes.
Devonte Adams, future Steeler.
But do they franchise tag him? That's my only question.
Oh, please
Oh,
don't.
I
yeah,
don't think they don't have the cap to.
Let people leave.
Okay.
They could always,
They
they
don't
could
have
always,
the cap
they could
to.
always,
Wait,
they
wait,
could
wait.
always make Cap and stick it to Rodgers and be like,
So we're
yeah,
keeping,
You don't-
we're
you don't-
keeping Chase. Hold on. So we're
How
keeping
bad
Chase.
that is.
Wait. So
um,
we're keeping Chase. We're trading Devontae.
We'll trade Devonte.
Okay, and then we're cutting Kupp. Okay.
St. Pat, baby. Blah.
all right, Robbie, what
All
we
right.
got?
Alrighty, so the approach that I'm going to take is my film nerdy approach. Why? Because that's just my personality type. That's just how I've been breaking down football since my dad's been keeping fucking watching film. Can't say it's a Cal Petro blood, baby. So Devontae's little hezzy step off the line, his reliance for his quarterback in order to be able to get the ball to him, for him to be able to set his hands. That is something that only him and Aaron Rodgers are going to be able to replicate. That is something that him and Rodgers are only going to be able to do. I think that Devonte Adams with any other quarterback, it's going to be a hard time because a lot of that is developed and based off of timing. That hezzy step off the line, that is a Devonte Adams thing. Most receivers, traditional receivers, are taught to scrap that out of their game. Why? Because it takes you longer to get off the line. Two, also, if the corner is coming to bump you, even if they're coming to come with a single jam, they're gonna, as soon as you're in the air, they're knocking you off of balance, and that's knocking you off your route. So that's just kind of one of those things. Even though Adams is able to do it, and he's able to do it because he's been playing in the NFL for so long, and he's so elite at it, and he's so quick with it. I don't know if that's going to play off well with any other quarterback at the helm. So I'm cutting Devonte Adams just because of, certain things mechanically. I don't think work out if he has fucking Trevor Lawrence throwing him the ball or whatever. I'm thinking on from best case to worst case scenario, who's their quarterback.
Real quick to Trevor Lawrence. That's not his fault. Fucking people can't catch the ball on his fucking team. I don't care for the guy.
I said I'm thinking best and worst. So like I'm thinking
Fucking tipping passes and shit. So bad.
I'm thinking whoever's underneath center. Okay, so I'm cutting Devonte Adams. I absolutely love the diversibility of Cooper Kupp to be able to line him up anywhere, and just his amazing route running ability and how sure-handed he is. I also love the youth of Jamar Chase, but then also his ability to adjust his body to the ball and to go deep.
Yes.
But Cooper Kupp can give me that exact same thing if I need to. If I need a go route, Kupp can give it to me as well. So I'm going to keep the older, more reliable receiver in Kupp because he can give me the same things. I will trade Jamar right now, even because of the youth and everything. I don't know if he's going to get injured in the future or whatever the case, especially because of how fast he's running. Hamstrings and things of that nature, can tend to go. So I'm going to trade him away. Yeah, I'm going to trade him away right now while I can, while the price is good, and then I just match up Cooper Kupp with another steady, stable guy.
Boom. See, and just because Mike, and I know, I'm sorry I interrupt you real quick, and
Oh, no,
me,
you're
you,
good.
Robbie, in agreement. There really is. It's like there's no wrong
There's
answer.
no wrong
here.
answer.
Yeah.
There's really no
No.
wrong answer.
There isn't.
I took it like like Raj, Raj, you guys, Pat, you took it from dynasty level, and obviously the Jamar Chase days. I think we can all agree on that. But
Yeah.
GM, NFL executive right now, I think how we look at it is like the most prudent move, because what are you going to get in return for one of those receivers? Adams, Cup, Chase, 100% getting the most, whether it's picks or an impact offensive lineman or an edge rusher that is a position of need for your team. You're getting that right there.
Chase,
Okay, but
Chase,
if we delve
the-
more into it, is what it depends on the franchise, right? If the
Yeah,
franchise
this
is
is a
doing well,
franchise
they'll
pick,
pay
yeah,
up,
sure.
right?
It's
Like something like
yeah.
that, right? So I mean,
We're
I think if I had a young
generalizing. I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
no, I get it.
I'm talking
I
about
get
the
it.
two most premium positions
Yeah.
besides the quarterback, because you're not getting
Yeah,
a
no, I
quarterback
get it.
for a receiver. I'm talking O-line, edge rush, the most.
Unless you're trading
premium
Bill
position.
O'Brien.
Well,
I'm thinking about winning games over saving money. You keep Chase if you're focused on saving money. But
right.
if you're winning games and you're talking about having a guy that can also teach the younger guys in the locker room, or be an impact with the other guys around him and make the other guys around him better, like it's Cooper.
I think you keep
OBJ
It's
was
no with
dog shit.
Adams. at that
OBJ
point.
was dog shit. You stuck a fork and forgot about OBJ up until he got with the Rams. Now we're like,
Yeah.
oh wow, like 5 touchdowns in your last 2 games.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
Yeah.
I mean, like it just
after
varies.
he
I think
left,
each franchise is
left
different.
Eli, he was nothing.
I think I think you guys are like wait, depending how you look at it, right? Jamar Chase is not a guy you want on the field alone, right? Easily. Like,
No.
if I had no receiver and it was just Jamar Chase or Devonte Adams, I'd be like, okay, give me Devonte Adams because he knows how to be the one.
Right.
But that's easily like a win. Right? If I'm in a Super Bowl caliber team and I'm not rebuilding, give me fucking Adams twice, because he knows how to get there, or at least we know he thinks we know he
But
can
I
get
don't
there.
want my
He's a veteran.
receiver having to teach.
Yeah.
If I have a shit quarterback, in worst case scenario, I don't want my receiver having to teach the quarterback. Hey, my hands are going to be here by my ways.
Yeah.
This is how you need to throw. I don't need that in my locker room. At least if it's Cooper Kupp, he's just going to adjust. Adams, he's comfortable, and he's been so comfortable with the same quarterback for so long. Kupp has done this. Go back to 2019. It was him and Kenny Golladay with double-digit receiving numbers, baby. It was not anybody else.
Yeah. I said there is no wrong answer for any of this. It just depends what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
And when you save cap too, the upside is like
in which context you're answering this question. Yeah, it's different. All right,
Yes.
I'm gonna pour a drink real quick, because that conversation made me thirsty, and Robbie, probably the best question you've asked.
That fucking conversation made me pissed.
And like
because it just
my
makes me
5
jealous.
times being on this year, that was phenomenal. Sorry.
Hey,
As a
no
Dolphins
worries.
fan, we haven't had a franchise anything in forever.
We're definitely clipping that.
As a Dolphins fan, we haven't had a franchise anything in like fucking decades.
Yeah.
Well, you had Jason Taylor franchise defensive end.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
It has.
When was
been a
Jason
minute.
Taylor's last snap?
That's true. Jalen Waddle's well on his way.
Y'all had fucking Ricky Williams for a little bit, didn't you?
But that's still about a decade ago. Like, this has been a minute. I was looking at our numbers. It's trash.
Oh no, Cameron Wake, right? He's pretty fucking good.
Hold on.
I don't want to.
Here's actually what
Cameron
we're
Wake,
gonna
anyway.
do. Here's actually what we're gonna do. Okay. Well, no, we'll do halftime in a second. I think we can go a little bit longer. I think we can make the next question go. Ooh, that's just such a good debate, and I think that's perfect for a commercial break.
I think.
Do you have another one after that? That's like that could go quick. Switch it up.
Hang on. What? All right. Here's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so we're gonna switch it up really quick, and then this other topic. The topic 3 is gonna be what we're gonna do on the other side of commercial break. Okay.
All right. Cool.
So some quick news here. Former Washington running back. Good call, Raj. Good call,
I fucking
Raj.
laughed when I saw this one.
Former Washington running back Clinton Portis is sentenced to 6 months in prison for healthcare fraud. What are your thoughts on the matter? Now, for those that don't know a little bit of context, this case has been ongoing about a year, 2 years ago here on the Rumboyz Fantasy Network when Ty Boogie was around. We had ended up covering this. several former NFL players had essentially, before the NFL has the policies that they have now, were fraudulently, I guess, gaining money from the NFL.
I mean, okay, he was making false insurance claims.
They were
on
asking
the
for
health-
money for things
for medical equipment and whatnot.
and then not buying the medical equipment.
He
that's
took like
what it was.
$100K or something like that.
I didn't hear about this.
Yeah, he took like $100K from the NFL's insurance program, and
he's not
like,
the only one.
And they're supposed to like provide,
No,
they're supposed
I
to like
was
provide
gonna say,
receipts and shit. And he
Doesn't like
just
the
never did.
NFLPA after like retired players and like have these medical. He had to do that for.
That's the point. So they're supposed
yeah.
to provide receipts and like shit, like for all the stuff that they bought, like so that the NFL provides the money. But he never did that, and that's why he got cut.
All right, well then he's a scumbag.
It's kind of one of those things. So also with this isn't the first time that Clinton Portis has had issues like this. This is usually something that, you know, you have an assistant or someone else do. Someone else is supposed to balance your books. Someone else is supposed to help you.
Yeah,
Clinton Portis has had, well, his previous financial assistant had stolen money from, and made, you know, some false investments and ended up, you know, stealing money, yada yada yada.
There's like 15 players total who got caught.
I think
in this,
it's
like,
more. Yeah, I think
last I heard it was 15, but there's like $3 million in false claims, something like that.
Yeah,
like across all the players.
So
a lot of fucking money.
What are your thoughts on this? I mean, I feel like the PA's got to do better about like helping these guys manage, you know, after their careers, with so on and so forth. With Pat,
healthcare fraud is a big part of like my job. Like I have to do yearly trainings on avoiding fraud and avoiding unnecessary billing of services because that costs money. I could potentially lose my job. I could potentially be sued for hundreds of thousands of dollars for falsely quantifying the services that I provide. So this is a very serious offense. Like this is the fabric of what we do. Yes, it's the NFLPA it's against, but this is still a company. This is still an agency, and this is still stealing. I don't know all the details. I know that it's been dragged out based on the juries and whatnot, but I'm glad that there's finally some resolution to it. Yes, he's already paid back the money, but there's consequences still for your actions.
Yeah, I mean, the like likely first off, it's like 6 months.
It's a 6 months prison, 6 months house arrest.
Yeah, like he's likely not going to do the full 6 months because he's fucking Clinton Portis. So like, I just kind of want to put that out there. But my stepdad was locked up. You know, he got out on good behavior. Well, like he got clemency, but still, like, you know, shit can happen. You know, to where he's a fucking athlete with a lot of money. Mike,
I'm kind of in the line of, yeah, it's crappy what happened, and the NFLPA needs to do more, but you knew what you were doing, and you knew what you were doing was wrong, so pay up.
Yeah, it's kind of where I.
But it's $100K and he paid it.
That's a lot. Yeah.
He didn't pay the money.
There's like a
until
fine line though.
He didn't pay the money back until it was a done deal that he was getting sentenced. Like he paid back the money a couple months ago.
Right? Yeah.
Over 2
but
years.
it's like $100K, like, you know, but like he paid it, you know. Like,
yeah,
I don't know about
this one's tough, Pat. I lean towards Pat because he's got the experience with it, but it's. Whew.
So
there's a lot of fine lines here.
I've done corporate for a while now, and if you're letting shit slip by you, and although that is obviously it's intentional that somebody tried to fraud you, but it's just as much as your fault in some right that you like let it happen, right? Like I used to do stuff with like Kaiser, and I used to hear the funniest stories for Kaiser, like people who would like set up fridges and like iPads for themselves, claim all sorts of shit, and you have accountants who are just like, yeah, sure, like they always get free funding, and they just chalk it up, right? And sure, like Tim Portis, what he did is wrong, and it is, yeah, it's definitely should be punishable, but like 6 months jail time versus like from cases that are actually a problem. I live in SF right now. Like people get beat to death, raped, fucking aggravated assault, fucking all sorts of shit. And these motherfuckers barely see 20 minutes at
at
the
a
fucking station.
facility. Yeah, like
Yeah, like you're talking about like a white collar crime, and people were gettingly fucked up, right? Like we had rapists who like stay less than 2 months. Are we fucking kidding? Like we're talking about 100 G's is enough for 6 months and 6 months. Like no, like if they're gonna do this whole punishment, this guy, like they need to fucking backtrack and find like all their aggravated shit, like shit that's ongoing right now. Like S7 right now is a fucking shit. I had somebody try to steal a motorcycle, and she just claimed that, oh, I swallowed a bunch of drugs and I have COVID, and they just let her go.
and here's
I'm like, she goes, I have COVID, and I swallowed a bunch of drugs. I'm sick, so they took her to a hospital. I'm like, well, she claims she has COVID, so we have to let her go. So like, Clint Porter's just have to say like, yo, dog, I might have COVID, and they just let him walk the streets. Like, so I don't fucking know. Like, yeah, he should be punished, and he should pay the fine plus extra, and maybe do house arrest. Like, okay, fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
House arrest, if anything. Like here's my thing with this. Okay, this is also comes during a time when all this was happening. This comes during a time in the early 2000s that the NFL was also hiding a lot of shit about these players' injuries.
Oh yeah, yep.
Like this is like shady times back in the NFL. Like, so I mean, I'm not shocked that players like Portis, Carlos Rogers, freaking Joe Horn,
Carlos Rogers, yeah.
You know, like Carlos Rogers is one of my favorite corners of all time. Like the dude was a dog. But I mean, come on, like let's face it, he took a lot of fucking crazy hits. Portis took a lot of crazy hits. Joe Horn took a lot of hits.
Also, it's not hard to get a fucking receipt. I have to receipt myself for a fucking Uber ride at my companies. So you're gonna tell me motherfucker spent $100,000 and you were like,
Exactly. No, okay. So I got a couple of things to say about it. Honestly, like I know a lot of people work in insurance, and it is a serious crime.
It is.
But based on like the circumstances, everything that's been coming out, you know, about like CTE, concussions in the past even 5 years, I think what we really got to consider is how is prison time or even house arrest going to affect these guys' mental health, right? Like these are guys who
I didn't think about that.
Like they went through all types of shit, and now you're going to send them off to.
How's that even going to reform him? Prison's meant to reform people, technically.
Exactly, I agree. So what I was going to say is, don't send them to prison. If anything, probation or like all these guys. So there's 15 guys. They've gotten between 6 and 10 months of prison. So at the very most, do house arrest, do probation. But what I think they really need to be doing is community service, right? Charity work, whatever.
Fair.
And I think that's up to the NFLPA to do that rather than taking it to court. Although I understand why they made it a legal thing, but they shouldn't have been as harsh as they were. And another thing that I think the NFLPA needs to do that they've been lacking on is, you know, once players retire, do more shit to like, you know, secure them financially.
Yes.
Right? Do like educate them so that they don't go broke in 5 years, which we see a majority of NFL players do. NBA players, MLB players, they go broke within like a couple of years of their fucking careers ending. So
I would say though, I believe they do. Like I believe they
is
do.
Is it enough? The percentage wouldn't be that high if they do.
No.
They do enough, you know what I mean?
So Robbie can speak to this with me.
That's valid.
So,
I do not know, Damien. What's up, Pang?
So, Robbie, when you're in the military, how many classes do you get about not getting married?
Oh, they don't.
$1 billion, right? $1 billion fucking classes.
Yeah.
How many don't drink and drive classes do you get?
Oh, tons.
How many times do not pet a burning dog? I'm serious. That's the thing. Do not pet a burning dog. Safety stand downs you get, right? Like these guys, they give it. I'm sure they do. I'm sure at this point in time in history, they've been doing it, right? Even the last 10, 15 years.
Hey.
Oh, shit.
What up, BKB? Yo,
oh, no.
Day one subscriber. Don't know. Hey.
Thanks, man.
Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you.
Seahawks for life. Russell Wilson, future Giant. Love that.
Y'all teams. The Cowboys fuck the Browns, fuck Tom Brady. But, like, dude, I know they do. They have to. And they give these guys agents, and I'm sure the agents are like, yo, like, don't go fucking wild. But they don't listen because they're 18, 19, 20.
You usually don't have an agent.
No, but I don't. Yeah, I'm saying in retirement, not during their careers.
But if you're in retirement, you're probably 30. You should already, at this point, they tell it to these guys young. I know they do.
Okay, no matter
just
how
like how they tell these motherfuckers not to get married, but there's
that
military guys who get stripper contracts.
I don't know.
I'm not joking. That's a real thing.
I know. It's crazy. That's why
so like, what the fuck can we really do for them? How are you gonna tell a guy with $20 million what to do?
Seeing former athletes like so when I went to the PA recruiter, like a lot of like the older veteran guys that come out to show the rookie love, I get to beat them, get to know them, so on and so forth. And seeing how some of these players are moving in their 30s and 40s, and looking at some of my friends moving at their 30s and 40s, two totally completely different things.
I walk kind of limpy being 40, dude.
Dude, no.
I know.
No. When you're seeing players that are retired at 28 or 30, 32 years old, and it's like, bro, your body's not supposed to move like that at fucking 30. Like, you're still supposed to be able to stand upright. Like if you ever meet Steve Smith in person and you see how he kind of walks, like, you can tell it's like, yeah, football's a dangerous sport.
Yeah,
you can see it. So I mean,
Patrick Willis saw it and that was just fucking toe. He was like, I'm out of here.
Like, is it fucked up? Is it a crime? Yeah, absolutely. But I'll say this, and I hope I still get invited to future NFLPA events. The NFLPA knows I love you, but you got to do better. There's never anything wrong with admitting that you got to do better. And I think that this could have been something that the PA could have stepped in and been like, you guys probably would have never done this shit. Had like we maybe had certain things set up, or like.
So,
but this is also through a separate. This is also through a separate agency than the NFLPA. Yeah. So like the NFLPA like invested money into this agency for.
Yep. It's a Gina Upshaw Foundation. Yeah.
Yep. So like, yes, the NFLPA invests that money for them, as they should.
Yep.
But it's not the NFLPA that's
it's a 501(c). They have to remember to return the receipts and to put to file everything.
And they fake those receipts. That's what the issue is. Is they went to someone and they fake those receipts.
Yeah.
So that part I did not know about.
Yeah, that's how they got reimbursed for what they turned in receipts for.
So fuck it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I felt like that was lost somewhere in translation.
Okay.
It's like they were turning in receipts. They were going to some, hey, let's get something. You want to get some extra money for your show some extra sales? Give me a receipt for this. Turning it into this company. They get the money back. They split.
So just real quick though, like what they should do is what a lot of military guys started doing. They used to do like the IB like they kind of forced us into 401ks.
Yep.
When you first join, like they should just honestly, yeah, man, I know you're young, but blah, you have to do this. Like it's a fucking no-go, and they should just do that. Like, because realistically, most of these guys, at some point give them. I think in the military they make after 4 years you're allowed to make your own decision, but you just put it in there and be like, nope, fuck you. Like 8% is going into this shit, so you don't fucking die.
Yep.
and they should just force it. Like they should make mandatory shit. Because they are an organization that does mandatory shit, so why not force them to benefit them?
I remember really quick before we get into halftime. I remember my last corporate job. Like I had already, I just automatically elected into like the 401k, and stuff like that, and then the employee stock purchase plan. And like people around me, they were like, "What are you doing?" Like and fucking. Like I remember, like some of my civilian counterparts are like, "Why are you doing that? Like, you realize like you're gonna make less?" I'm like, "Do you realize I'm gonna make more in the long run?" I'm like, "Do you realize that they're allowing us to buy into the company stock at 15% of the lowest price per quarter?" Like the fuck? I'm like, I'm just giving myself extra backing. Like I'm just,
If you had any fucking 401k through this last 2-year bull run, I mean it's dead now, but like last year 2-year bull, you probably made like 40% on it. And if you withdrew, like I know some people who did, you could have bought a house. Yeah. Like people are like, oh, you can't buy a house. I know many 20-year-olds that own a fucking home that don't make that like tech money because they just like, oh fuck, dude, like the market just killed it, even though I did nothing. But my point is like,
what market are you in, bro? What the fuck?
Me in San Fran, bro.
Well, I didn't buy San Fran, but anyways. Yeah. But the whole point of the matter is like do that, and to top it off, like the NFLPA should just be enforcing these guys until like these 6-8% of their fucking checks, like just You're gonna do it because fuck you. That's why. It's gonna better you. we fucking fuck you, love you.
Yeah.
Does anyone here know the requirements to get into like the lifetime like health insurance stuff that the NFL offers?
That I don't know.
It's
No. I'm pretty sure it's
3 qualifying seasons of at least 3 or 4 games played each year.
So
And that's stressed.
a lot of players don't qualify for that either.
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
There's a lot of players, a lot of practice squad guys that you don't ever see that.
I wouldn't apply this to practice squad guys because they don't make a ton, but I would apply it to the guys that can afford to do it.
In practice squad,
Right,
guys
like-
do make a decent amount, honestly.
They make
Look,
600K.
They
Yeah.
make a lot, but they don't make a lot, right? Like I remember I was looking at one of the contracts for like
I'll take 600.
the 3rd
Hey.
round pick for the sake. I forgot his fucking.
We
name,
have an interview with the practice squad player. I've interviewed a couple of practice
Yeah,
squad
but,
players, but like
They tell you like, dude, they don't always make that much after all
No,
the fees
yeah.
and all other shit.
Nope.
Like they don't make a ton.
It-
So like
it's like
those guys,
the-
I can understand opting into it. But I feel like guys that are in the first 2 rounds, you're gonna tell me they can't.
it's like the music industry. By the time you get done, by the time the label comes back and says, so yeah, like these are, you did great, way to go platinum, way to hit top of Billboard. So here's the receipt for your studio time. This is all the champagne that you ordered. Oh, this is the cost for you smoking weed in the studio. This
I
is
forget
this,
which
this is
player
da,
it
da,
was,
da,
but he
da.
posted it on TikTok. He was like, I made like 120 grand this year. And
Yeah.
everyone's like, oh, it's 120 grand. I'm like, but dude, like his body's
He's an
been
NFL
broken.
athlete.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah.
So it's not as much as we think. So those guys I can understand cutting out. But Clint Portis was not some random,
He was,
junk fucking player.
No.
He made
Yeah.
money.
But let's go ahead. Let's get into halftime. Let's play. We're gonna play by my homies Rich Dre. Who actually is this just like a fucking new dad show? Like Pat's a new dad. My homie Dre's a new father. This is my homie Dre and T Swizzy. With
I ain't waiting a second, I'm going in now. No freestyling, no this and pin pal shit. See, I don't make moves to get rich tough and quick. And I only fuck with bitches who be slobbing on that. I can get nasty, but I'm usually where the cash be. Rolling weed, sitting back, blowing shit to Cassie. I ain't doing it for the rich way. So I brought Rich Ray. When I come around like Dom, that look this way. Right into my own shit, I swear I be doing the most shit. Give you hits like Tyson and giving you vibes like Bryson. Certain things in life be so expensive, but I buy some. Certain things in life be so enticing, but I can't try some. You looking for what you looking for, yeah, I'm the item. I'll hold you down forever, you my nigga, yeah, item. I'm coming for what you say you hold, I'm all about it. Blinked up, turn the beat up, now we clouded. Feet up on heat up, red Jordan ones. Niggas needing shows, I'm clapping shit, man, I'm the chosen one. Neck wrist on freezer like magnet. On my Tiger and Chris Brown, I can handle it.
Let me handle it, smoking like the candle lit. Any beat I study, break it down and then dismantle it. Competition challenge it, I'm dealing with some damages. Juggle lots of life, but now I'm learning how to manage it. I've been to the bottom of bottoms, I never been to the top. I pop some bottles with models, I see my friends getting shot. I sip and drown in my sorrows, I smoke a weed by the lot. I stand and post on the corner, you'll never look. I ball like a piston, you'll never play my position. You catching what I'm pitching, I'm switching, no contradiction. I'm fishing for opposition, no vision and optimism. I wish I was kinda different, but I know my mind is different. I see them bitches smiling, long as she happy. I'm on the beat violin with my nigga T Savvy. We go back in the day and bring the heat. Cali, you ain't got nothing to say. The nigga be silent. Hey, buddy, don't say shit. Everybody cap, changing faces like a facelift. They think they all that. Trust me, bitch, you just basic. In 20 years, you'll be looking back, wishing to erase it.
And I'm too savvy, I'ma get it to the end of my days. And I'll be only blowing smoke if it's that Jenny A. You say you always keep a 9, but niggas, I always keep a 8. Niggas straight in my face with that cap, it's okay. Niggas stay with a fresh cut, need it, no way. I can't take these niggas serious like all the brothers wins. I just be adding up experience while I'm changing up my wins. And I got my own condo, so I just change it how it's laid.
And me, I'm never changing lanes. I got a better way to demonstrate and elevate the game. I keep a level-headed saying I told the devil pave the way. If ever I see there today, I'll disappear like David Blaine. I never had it from magic, I had to grab it from tragic. Sometimes I wish like Aladdin, get thrown the pits with the dragons. Imagine living in lavish, I wanna get it, I have it. I remember shit in the trash cans, in the trenches in Afghan. But I made it back to the States, made it back to being black, and now they laugh in my face. With all that's happened, it's so hard to say this place is so great. So on the track, I found my faith and put my faith in the tape. Yeah.
Savvy. Richard Ray.
Let me tell you a little story. Once upon a time, there was a monkey knife fight.
And one day, they met one team partners in the NFLPA.
It's a match made in the pits of a monkey knife fight.
And everyone lived happily ever after.
Are you listening? This is big.
What is a monkey knife fight?
You know, it's thing monkeys, knives, you get it. Fantasy sports is monkey knife fight. And monkey knife fight is fantasy sports.
Monkey Knife Fight is daily fantasy.
Monkey Knife Fight in the house.
I am Monkey Knife Fight. You are Monkey Knife Fight. We are all Monkey Knife Fight.
Monkey Knife Fight.
You have the NFLPA behind the company. It's exciting for me to be a part of fantasy sports.
When I think of fantasy sports, I think of beating all my buddies year in and year out and being able to brag about it.
We're not just partners in it.
We're owners.
And it feels awesome to be an owner.
I challenge you to a monkey knife fight.
We've been saving you a seat at the table, Monkey Knife Fight.
Welcome to the one team and NFLPA family.
Monkey knife fight. Welcome to the family, Monkey Knife Fight.
Welcome to the game, Monkey Knife Fight.
Monkey Knife Fight!
I challenge you to a monkey knife fight.
Monkey Knife Fight!
Monkey knife fight, monkey knife fight, monkey knife fight, monkey knife.
Get any better for the Kansas City Chiefs this offseason. They locked down their future in Patty Mahomes.
You got Jones, then Kelsey, and Mahomes signed for like half a billion. You got players on your football team buying baseball team.
I'm surrounded by baby toys. Like Patrick Mahomes is surrounded by guys who on offense are some of the best in the league.
Oh no, let the defense go. Let the defense go.
If Patty does what he does, and he has one less guy on offense.
And Kansas City, I thank you.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, here on the Rumboyz Fantasy Network. Shout out to SportsMe. Shout out to Monkey Knife Fight. Thank you guys for sponsoring the show and helping keep the lights on. Make sure you guys download the Monkey Knife Fight app. Make sure you download the SportsMe app if you have not already. Also, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We greatly appreciate all of your love and support. Thank you, everyone that's been pulling up, viewing the show all night. You guys sharing the content you already know. Let's get back into it. I call this one. We don't usually give like a whole lot of praise to defense really here on the Rumboyz Fantasy Network, unless we're like doing play-by-play or we just so happen to bring up IDP for whatever reason, right? We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna have the great GOAT debate. All right, we're gonna jump into the fucking time machine. And we're going in a time machine.
All right.
We're going in a time machine, and we're gonna talk about two of the greatest defensive player in NFL history. Gentlemen, we're talking about Reggie White or Lawrence Taylor. All right, who is better in your opinion, and who was more impactful to the game in your eyes? These two absolute studs. This article or this debate's been getting chimed up by an article that I read recently. It's been getting a lot of fans. Both Giants and Packers kind of riled up. So let's get into it. Pat, I think we start with Pat here.
All right.
Yeah. Sorry, was eating some Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Oh, so good.
The taste you can see. And just want to remind you guys that this one, you can see the answer. It's very clear.
I knew it.
Give me Reggie White. He spent only 6 years in Green Bay, but was still their all-time sacks leader. And is still third all-time.
Pretty fucking
in
good.
6 seasons.
Yeah.
Let's see. He won his one and only Super Bowl in Green Bay. He had 2 Defensive Player of the Years, but they were separated by 10 years. That long of a career of dominance, unheard of, unreal. And it wasn't like he just like took the 9 or 10 years off in between. He was dominant the entire time. Legend, beast. winner of the debate.
Okay. Mike.
I hate this one more than I hate the wide receiver one. I just want to say that out loud. Both are legendary. Both are pioneers at their position. One being an outside linebacker who can still pass rush. I mean, we were just, I think it was, I can't remember what night it was, but I think me, you, and Raj were talking about, what kind of a person you would say Micah Parsons was, or was it TJ Watt? And we're like,
I was talking about TJ because we're covering the Steelers game.
TJ, yeah. So LT goes out and injures Joe Theismann. He's got, the stats are crazy with LT, the sacks, the tackles are good. But to me, longer career, just the argument that Pat brought up about the Packers' career sack leader, I think by a smidge, I would take Reggie White. But damn, this is a tough argument.
Okay. Hey.
And I know I have a feeling where you're going with this, Robbie.
Well, I mean, look, both men have impeccable resumes.
And I know my favorite Ginger is gonna shred me right now. So go.
Let's
ahead.
next go.
He wasn't listening. It's okay.
I'm sorry. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna get vulgar, but I had to go to the bathroom. What we got?
You had to
Let's
go
just
away.
say me and Pat have both said Reggie White over LT. Go.
Then you're a fucking idiot.
That's
I'm
what I was
sorry.
waiting for.
No, there's no. What are you? Lawrence Taylor's the greatest football player ever. It's not Jerry Rice, not Reggie White. It's nobody. No, literally, the left tackle position is the second most important position in football because of Lawrence Taylor. There is no fucking argument, you dumb motherfucker, Mike. No, nothing. Sorry.
Wait, what did he say about not getting vulgar?
Reggie White was part of Reggie White.
Love you, Sam.
Reggie White is also a reason the left tackle position is such a big position.
Okay, all right. You know what? Here we go. Okay, let me tell you something. Reggie White isn't even. No, I shouldn't say that. I won't say that. I won't say he's not in the same class as LT. But he's not in the same. He's not in the same class as LT. Lawrence Taylor did everything. Everything. Reggie White was a one-dimensional pass rusher. Lawrence Taylor could drop in coverage, intercept the ball, run it for a touchdown. He could pass. He could rush the passer. He could destroy your left tackle. He could destroy your right tackle. Destroy your center, your guard, your left guard, your right guard. He is the greatest fucking specimen that has ever stepped foot on a football field. Ever.
Do you guys have the same crack dealer?
Hey, hold on, because I'm gonna be the one that'll kind of hash it out for everyone because I
already know where you're going.
Well, I have the answer. Like I have like the answer.
I know you do. I know you do.
We'll go for that after.
But yeah, we'll get that after. Pang.
Be smart, Pang.
I'm gonna go LT. LT is pretty ridiculous. So when you talk about impact, it's about making a change. And Zach said it, right? Like, it made the left tackle more important. It also made the fact that people consider linebackers now pass rushers. It's more so. And that's impact, and that's where I think I have to give it. But not to say at this point we're just pulling fucking hairs. They're both amazing, but LT was a legend in a shit franchise. Like, you know how hard it is to be famous in a bad franchise?
I don't know about that.
No, in comparison to like the Packers, right? Like the Packers are always going to be the more popular franchise.
Barkley's doing it right now.
Popular, yes.
Yeah.
Now,
Is Barkley doing it though?
Tell me who has more Super Bowls.
Maybe not shit, but you get my point for that.
No, I do. I know.
Yeah,
I know.
When I think of like that, I'm just like, the Giants, whatever.
The Packers. When you think of the NFL, the Packers are the most iconic franchise ever. I understand. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
But
it's tough though. Like I said, it's pulling hairs, and like I said, now we think of linebackers differently.
It's an impossible question because look at Micah Parsons. They're comparing, and Khalil Mack. They were comparing both of these guys to LT. Nobody compares anybody to Reggie White. Because first of all, Reggie White is being done by TJ Watt right now. Who is comparing who to Reggie White? I have never seen a
I don't know.
comparison of Reggie White. Everybody compares everybody to
It's
Lawrence
true.
fucking Taylor. Every fucking defensive goddamn player that gets compared
His
to
quarterback is Lawrence Taylor. You saw that
Taylor.
sack Jamal Adams got? He saw Jamal Adams sack. That's fucking Lawrence Taylor over
Right.
there.
And,
He's got to go fucking
and if you saw Sandra Bullock's The Blind Side, what do they open with? Lawrence Taylor changed the game of football for left tackles.
Yeah, he
Not
did.
Reggie
He
White.
did.
I mean, again, yeah, it's like it's basically like hearing Randy Moss, right? Like they created the Tampa 2 because of him. So like when you create a job,
why'd I come back to
you probably the best.
Raj.
All right.
Raj.
Okay, so a couple things to say.
Be smart.
I think it is, again, picking hairs, the greatest linebacker and the greatest D lineman of all time, or Reggie White is at the very least up there. You could say Bruce Smith, Deacon Jones, whoever, right? For best DNs, D lineman, whoever. I want to say Lawrence Taylor, similar reasons as Paying His Snacks. They changed the game in a way that different from anyone else, or he changed the game in a way different than anyone else. But I will bring up one thing, and that is that LT a couple years ago said in an interview that he's the third greatest defender of all time behind Reggie White and Deacon Jones.
You're gonna ridicule him because he's humble?
I'm not ridiculing him at all. I'm just saying.
What the
I'm not. I'm just saying that was his opinion. So I don't know.
Okay.
Fuck, dude. If I was Lawrence Taylor, I'd say fuck yeah, I'm the greatest defender of all time. Why not?
I mean, if LeBron were to come out and say Jordan's better than me, the debate's over.
Well, LeBron's the most overrated
Like-
athlete of our generation. So it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
yeah, that's pretty fucked up. But you got a good point too.
Hear me out. Hear me out. Lawrence Taylor piled up 142 sacks throughout his 13-year career with the New York Giants. Okay, that's about 70.77 sacks per game. All right, that has him ninth in the all-time sack list. He did because he was able to drop in coverage, like Snack said. Did rack up 9 interceptions. Okay. Reggie White, on the other hand, had 198 sacks, but that was over a 15-year NFL career,
and it
with
was his own
with 3 different teams: the Eagles, Packers, and the Panthers. All right.
People love him in Madden, by the way. Reggie White gets to go on so many teams.
Oh yeah, yeah. He did average 0.85 sacks per game. All right, that is only second all time behind Bruce Smith. But because he did have his hand in the dirt, he only had 3 interceptions over the course of his career. All right, Lawrence had 1 and 1 only sack title to Reggie White's 2. 10 Pro Bowls to Reggie White's 13, but 2 Super Bowls to Reggie White's 1. 1 MVP for Lawrence Taylor.
There's the kicker.
Reggie White never. Okay. 8 All Pros for the both. 3 Defensive Player of the Years for Taylor. 2 for Reggie White. All right. Now.
LT also won Depoy his rookie year.
What about forced fumbles and fumble recoveries?
I don't
think LT has quite a decent margin. He's like 50 something to 30 something.
That ball fumbled.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
LT's like in mid 50s. Reggie White's in the mid 30s, I think.
Yeah, I don't have the
56 forced fumbles for Lawrence Taylor to 14.
14. Okay.
I thought it was in the 30s.
So the only argument that Reggie White has is that he withstood the test of time. Outside of that one thing and one thing only, he does not win this debate.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
Frank
it's a
Gore has played
3-year
longer. Does
difference.
that make him better than AD?
Yeah, exactly. Just because he played longer, okay, doesn't mean that he is better.
Yeah.
Taylor was able to do a lot more. He was a more versatile athlete. He was an overall better athlete, and he does have the more accolades in a shorter time span.
I will say something real quick, which I thought was really fucked up about LT's wiki page. If y'all have ever read it, it says Lawrence Taylor is an American former professional football player and convicted sex offender. Just read on the very first line.
God
That was
damn.
fucking hilarious. I know it's fucked
You saw
up.
what he did to those players on the field? I think
Only
it's
in,
a sexual
only in
offense.
America. Only in America will
Fucked
we
up.
try and highlight the first bad thing we can find about a black man right away.
Literally.
Sorry, I
crazy.
didn't mean to go there, but it's the truth.
No, it is the truth. But you know what? You know what's funny? If we're gonna debate on criminal activity, then yeah, maybe he's 101 too. But that's not what we're debating right now.
No, I was just
Second
saying
of
it's
all-
fucking funny because I was looking at his Wikipedia.
Second of all, besides Mike, who's a complete, absolute and utter buffoon that even remotely thinks that Reggie White made more of an impact or was a better player than Lawrence Taylor, because listen,
Pat agrees with me.
Listen, okay,
He's
well,
a Packers
I'm
fan.
a homer.
Okay.
I know.
I've got to be honest.
He just yells it out.
He's a homer. He's a homer and a new dad, which means he's probably gotten no sleep. So I'm going to give him a pass. You, Mike, you are dope, and I never want to hear from you again. If I ever come on the stream and you're on here, I will fucking bash my computer screen. I won't do that, and I'm kidding. I love you. However,
Go grab a slice of pork roll and shove it down your pie hole.
first of all, Taylor Ham, asshole. Second of all, I have a story about LT.
Chopped cheese.
All right. So obviously I live, born and raised from New Jersey. I don't know if anybody's around. I don't know who's in my home right now. I'm home tonight. So Lawrence Taylor, I am 15 minutes from Giant Stadium. That's where Lawrence Taylor resided for 13 years. And there are 3 strip clubs on the strip that you go to Giant Stadium. And my father was a frequent, obviously. And there were multiple times, I didn't believe him when he first told me, that he used to walk into the bathroom Saturday night, day before a game against the Eagles, Cowboys, whoever, it didn't matter. And LT was in there with a woman snorting coke. Numerous times. And I never believed him. I never did. And
LT loves nose beers. Put it on a shirt.
He loved his nose beers. That's for sure. So whoever said crack, I think it was you, Mike. It was cocaine that he really, really loved. That was
Whitney Houston taught us a difference. Damn it.
that was his choice of medicine, and I never believed my dad. I said, nah, whatever. That seems ridiculous. I mean, you can believe it because we do live in the proximity of 15 minutes. Everything right there. I understand. And then my uncle Tony confirmed it. He goes, yeah, no, we went there all the time, and LT was just in the bathroom snorting coke left and right. He goes, don't tell Coach. And my dad and my uncle were like, well, how are we going to tell him? How are we going to tell him? How are we going to tell him? I think you're safe, LT. I think you're safe. Yeah.
That's what makes the 80s and 90s so dope is that we're able to have that story. Here in 2022, we will not be able to. You bust in the bathroom and someone catch you. TMZ, it's like you don't even get to have a cool story.
It's so cool. It's so cool. Like 80s, not LT. Just don't tell Coach Parcells, and they're like, "Oh, what? Who are we? We just want to go to the bathroom. You do your thing." And then they have my dad's got like a signed not a napkin. You know what you put over bib. At a restaurant, like a bib, yeah. That's all they had, so he signed that. Everything. He's like, "You guys are good men. You're good men." And my dad said he's short. He was out to here, like literally. I'm not. My arms aren't even in the screen. He was out to here. He was just a massive human being. But there's no comparison. He's the greatest football player of all time. He changed the game forever. So
after that story, that man's a badass.
Oh, it's funny. It's fun. I'm proud of my dad. My dad and my uncle aren't a rat. They didn't go to Giant Stadium and bang on Coach Parcells' door and say, "Oh, LT was snorting coke." It's 1 a.m. before Sunday. So
they should have extorted.
Italian, we don't rat.
No, they should have extorted season tickets.
Nah,
I would have done it.
You know what?
Maybe get a Bitcoin.
I would have.
No, but the best part is it didn't happen once. It happened 3 or 4 times. And I don't know if you guys have watched. I don't know if you guys have watched The Sopranos.
Yeah.
So you know the Bada Bing, the strip club.
Yeah.
That's on Route 17 going from my house to the stadium. It's 5 minutes from the stadium. and that was the spot.
Have you been?
Oh, come on.
He was there yesterday.
Come on.
Oh my god.
A couple weeks ago, but yeah, come on.
Love it.
Big fan of the place. It hasn't been the same. It hasn't been the same since Tony and Sil stopped running it, but it's still good.
Oh my fucking chair.
I hate you.
With this, hey, Mike, you could just imagine the adventures that Snacks out have. I'm so happy that you're part of the It's a Vibe crew. Like, you're gonna blend right in now.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Sounding like Derrick Henry is set to return off of IR this week. What are your thoughts on the Titans' playoff hopes?
Mike's just shaking his head because he knows they're not getting past the Chiefs can't get past them.
Can I go first?
Please do.
No, I want you to develop some tears after the bottom row goes first. Right.
Oh shit. I mean,
Lay into this fucker.
Oh yeah, he's gonna fuck the Chiefs up. Oh shit, he turned his camera off. I want to stare into his. Turn your camera back on. I want to stare into your eyes while I say this. Derrick Henry is gonna run Hunter. Derrick Hunter, fucking
Derrick Hunter Henry
at TCU. Go Stingers is
Huntley.
gonna run all over the Chiefs defense. Gonna smack Daniel Sorensen in the fucking face. Gonna smack Frank Clark. Is Frank Clark even on the team?
Yes.
I don't give a fuck. Gonna smack the fuck out of Frank Clark, Chris Jones, Tyrann Mathieu. Just throw him to the ground, and he
won't run over
all I gotta
Chris
say.
Jones.
What's up?
He won't run over Chris Jones, but maybe Frank Clark.
Oh fuck yeah, he will. He's gonna throw that man to the ground like fucking Nick Chubb threw that Steelers defender through fucking Miles Killebrew to the ground. Same shit to Chris Jones.
Chris Jones is about
300 pounds
150 pounds heavier on Killebrew.
Fucking, I wouldn't put it past Derrick Henry. Fuck, you talking about?
Derek Lamar.
Talking about crotches.
You guys remember that episode of League when the guy has to make up like a fake? Then he's like RG. She's like RG. Kevin Griffin the third, or something ridiculous. Kevin Griffin Fitzgerald the third, or some stupid shit.
For like the fancy ladies club where she's
yeah, the fancy ladies club.
What's your husband's actual name?
Kevin. But we call him Kev. Like Kevin Griffin Fitzgerald the third.
That reminds me of like The Wedding Ringer with Kevin Hart. One of my favorite, like, just go to laugh your butt off movies where he's fakes his best man and actually having friends. And he just labels.
Dude,
what's your
that's
best
a real
friend's
fucking
name?
job, bro. I would be so good at that shit.
Vic Mitchum, name of his razor blade and deodorant.
Bro,
great movie.
I would
great
take
movie.
that. I would take that. That what you call it? I'd take that job. Paying. What you got, bro? What you
Make
got?
that shit a side gig. I do it. I've been a groomsman for people I don't know because I've had to, and like, you know me, I'm just gonna go there and just like touch your dog, whether I know you or not. So it's cool. Fucking for this game, the Chiefs are just gonna kill it. The Chiefs have historically stopped Derrick Henry. The only edge that Derrick Henry has this time is that he hasn't had to run the ball the last 9 weeks straight or 8 weeks straight. So that's the one edge that he's going to have. But I don't know if it's enough. Like, I don't trust the Titans a ton. I don't think I'm going to trust the Titans a ton to make it to the Super Bowl. But they will probably knock a team out if possible. Like, I'm just not – I don't believe it. I mean, Chris Jones is good. That D-line's good. That defense is shaped up as long as Jamar Chase isn't out there. Fucking gross. And then, yeah, it's really about it.
Snacks.
We're talking Derrick Henry, right? Which, by the way, this is so ridiculous that this man is like about to play football.
Fucking bounce back. That's because he's a beast.
It's completely insane. I don't think he's going to see a lot of carries, but I mean, the Titans are going to roll all over this team. And if you guys want a best bet of the week, I would probably pick the Titans to just kill him. But I there's something about the fact that he's what, 28, Mike? 29? You're Mike, I know you're like 62 or something, so you would know age.
For as much as I love the fact that Pat is back, I hate the fact that you are.
Derrick Henry's 28. He just turned 28 in January.
28. So the fact that he was supposed to have like season-ending surgery or something, and he's back before the playoffs, it's lunacy. And I'm not gonna lie. I'm Robbie. I have the question up here, but I was texting my brother back about our dog because we had a little incident. So I'm just gonna sit here and talk about Derrick Henry for a second, and the fact that it is the most ridiculous. Well, actually, Cam Akers is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. But that's a story for another day. Like torn Achilles, like that's just absurd. That usually takes like 14 months. But regardless, Derrick Henry is a specimen, and I don't even have words to describe what I think of Derrick Henry and the fact that he is going to be back on the field and doing what he's going to do. And look at Deontay Foreman last week. Deontay Foreman was what a practice squad player for the Texans, and then he was cut, and then all of a sudden he just explodes for the Titans.
Didn't Rex Burkhead just get a contract extension too?
Who?
Didn't Rex Burkhead just get a contract extension?
I'm sure he did. That guy's gonna be around until Mike is 90. So like another
2 years.
2
2
years?
months.
2 years? Yeah. So Mike, I love you. But it really, like, if the Titans even run that ball, and if they have Derrick Henry in the playoffs and they get this first round bye, good Lord. Oh shit. He dropped out of his camera. Is he in Jersey?
You see some WWE shit, he's gonna like bust through the door with a sledgehammer.
But Stacks brings up a good point about running backs who have come back from crazy shit. I mean, like Akers coming back this season, Derrick Henry from the Jones fracture, AP ending a season, coming back to set a record.
Like a Jones fracture. That's insane. Yeah. Insane. And he's coming back. He's gonna go run. He's probably, you know what? He's probably gonna get 30 carries on Sunday.
Bro, he's ready.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Vrabel said that he looked good in practice this week.
And Vrabel said anytime too. So
yeah, anytime Vrabel says it, I'm like, yep, coach is right. Like if I was a player, that is one coach hands down. Yes,
I'd play for. I'd run through a wall for you. Yeah.
I'd fucking.
It's funny too when you said that because a lot of people were like, "Well, Dan Campbell said DeAndre Swift can get a fucking full load," and that motherfucker got like what 7?
It's Vrabel. It's Vrabel. It's Vrabel.
I know, but it just cracked me up. Everyone's like, "Look at the coach say," because everyone's trying to ride that high from like when Dalvin Cook and like AJ Brown had come back and happened off an injury and did well. I was like, it doesn't always happen, guys.
Do it. Vrabel will tell you what he's going to do and do it. He gives no fucks. Mike,
Derrick Henry is freaking King Henry for a reason. There's a reason I drafted him in the first round of SFB.
Of course.
And there's a reason that he's going to run all over who the hell they play in the playoffs. Because Snacks, like you said, you didn't know what the question was. The question is, how does it help their playoff chances? So here's the answer. Here's
do
the
I get
answer.
the answer after you do?
That's up to Robbie. Here's the answer. This is the team that I do not want my Kansas City Chiefs to play.
Ooh, I disagree, but good.
For Brady's purposes, I want it.
With the help, no, for sure, on that. With the healthy Henry, with the healthy Henry, I think this is going to be the team that could do it. I said this the week before the season started that I thought that was the team that I was scared of. I still agree with that. The Colts, Jonathan Taylor scares me, but there's something about that team, and it's probably
Carson Wentz,
the guy from North Dakota behind center that scares me. That doesn't scare me. I am more than scared that if we play the Titans. But I will say this. I have a little bit of a nugget, a drop that I have something very bold to say when we get to another question that has to do with the Colts.
Yeah, okay. I was going to say, don't go. I was hoping you didn't go too far into that. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, because I just looked at the sheet, Rob, and real quick, because I wanted to actually answer the question. I just came in and talking about how much of a freak Derrick Henry is. His impact on the playoffs. I mean, it's going to be huge. The Titans can clearly run the ball without him. They threw the ball well against, I forget who they were playing when A.J. Brown came back and him and Tannehill just lit it up. But I don't know what it does, man. Defense and running the football plays really well in the playoffs, but it's also 2022, so it's a little difficult to say. But having Derrick Henry back, that you're not going to complain about that.
AFC is stacked.
The AFC is stacked. Honestly, both conferences are pretty stacked. Well, the top like 4 teams are very stacked, and I think the AFC a little bit more so because I could see. I know we're going to talk about it. I could see some of those wild card teams making a run. So, shut my mouth, shut the fuck up, Snacks, and
I don't know. Honestly.
So, Titans were my favorite to win the AFC before the Henry injury. Henry injury kind of derailed it, but I said if Henry comes back before the playoffs, they are going to be the hardest team out in the league. In a do-or-die game, when everything's on the line, Vrabel will run Henry into the ground if it means getting a W at the end of the fourth quarter.
Okay.
He will run the ball 50 times with Derrick Henry if that means that they win 7-0 or 7-3. He's fine playing that type of game. I don't want to see that type of game between the Chiefs and the Titans. I want a better game. So if the Chiefs come out flat in a potential matchup with the Titans on offense and the Titans get a little bit of a lead, that game's going to slow down. You're going to be moving the chains every 3 downs. You're going to grind 7-8 minutes off the clock. That's how it's going to be. And it's going to be good football, not great to watch.
Yeah, that's
the
perfect way to put it, Pat. Yeah.
Like we saw last year with the playoffs, we saw Josh Allen throw 50-plus times in a game because the Bills can't run. The complete opposite here. And now Tannehill's got 2 good targets. Julio's healthy right now. A.J. Brown's getting healthy. When he has to throw and he has to make one of like 10 passes during the game, he's got 2 great guys to go to.
That's true.
Good
point.
What team's going to be able to fully stop that for 4 quarters?
But here's the thing.
If Henry's healthy.
Henry played them the last 2 times they both played. It's been 21 touches for less than 100 yards. It was like 80, 70 yards, 61 total yards. And then this last game a few months ago when the Chiefs went against the Titans, it was 31 touches for under 100 yards. Like, they feed him the ball. The problem is that defense isn't as stout against Mahomes. I don't know what it is, but the Titans will play amazing defense for a lot of games, and when they go against Mahomes, that fucking guy rushes on them, slips tackles, just dumb shit that makes no sense. They never hit him. Every time I think they're gonna get him, they don't. They lost the lead to them before. I don't know. Henry's great by all means.
They held the Chiefs to 3 points. What are you talking about?
In 2019?
No,
I'm talking about
2 months ago.
This year.
Yeah, but look how many times that guy ran the ball and what was the yardage on it?
Yeah, no,
they were up by 4 scores.
It's not as close as I think people are trying to make it to be.
Well, here's what I'll
really
say.
isn't.
Here's what I'll say. Here's what I'll say. If it comes down to Titans Chiefs, you're in for a classic.
It was in October, 27-3.
You're in for a classic. I don't know if all of us are here. Most of us here are old enough to remember Tyson versus Lennox Lewis. Okay, back in what was it, 97, 98? I think. And that fight was a knockout, drag out, just classic, like heavyweight bout. You are going to get that if these 2 teams go up against each other. Okay? But I'm sorry, one team is just a little bit more experienced in this scenario than the other. Okay? If Vrabel tends to shake in his boots coming that last second of the fourth quarter in these types of situations in the playoffs, I think it helps. I think to answer the question, I think it helps Tennessee's chances in the playoffs. Everybody's got top tier personnel. It comes down to straight up coaching, straight up X's and O's. I mean, can Vrabel outcoach Andy Reid? Yes, but the regular season is different. It's a different atmosphere than the playoffs.
Vrabel outcoached Brady and Belichick 2 years ago.
What?
Yeah.
Yes. You're right.
The Chiefs beat them that year and the year after.
They did beat them. That's true.
They did. I'm just saying,
you can't use that argument and then be like, oh well, that doesn't count for him when he got beat by them. It's my point.
I'm just saying, like, you can't say Vrabel's a bad coach.
I never said he's a bad coach.
No, I didn't say you did. That's
no. I'm definitely not. I'm definitely not. I'm definitely not making that case because I'll run. Like I said, if I were playing for a team, I'd run through a wall for him. But like I said, I mean, That AFC is stacked.
I mean,
The
and we're
AFC
looking
is
at the Chiefs
stacked.
prior to Week 8. Like the Chiefs have really turned that fucking corner.
That's
the
just the
last like
Chiefs, though.
6,
You
7
still
weeks.
got to march, but you still got your. What if they have to face the Chargers in whatever scenario? What if they got to face fucking the Colts or
They won't play the Chiefs until the title game.
So here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go right into the next topic thing because this is a perfect flow into it. When it's all said and done this week, who will lock up the final 2 slots in the AFC of the playoffs? Raj.
Shit. The Homer in me wants to say the Steelers, obviously, but I don't fucking see a world where the
You're gonna
Jags
get a
beat the
tie?
Colts. No, but I think so. The 6th seed is gonna be the Colts, more than likely. 7th seed, either gonna be the Raiders or the Chargers, but I'm leading Chargers.
I prefer the
So it
Chargers.
just depends on who wins that game, right? So I think I'll go Chargers.
Okay. Pang.
I want to say it's the Colts, and then I always joke, but I feel like the Raiders just seem to fuck with us across the board. I think the Raiders beat the Chiefs. I think like
Well,
the
beat the
inconsistent
Chargers.
Herbert shows
To
up.
get in. Yeah, they have to beat the Chargers to get in.
Yeah, and they are playing them.
Yeah.
You said Chiefs and then said Herbert, so we know.
No, sorry, I
you're
meant to
talking
say
about-
fucking the Raiders. The Raiders
Yeah,
and
we
the
got you.
Chargers.
We got
the
you,
Chargers.
baby.
So
We
like,
got you.
I feel like the Raiders. I feel like inconsistent Herbert might show up this week, and the Raiders give us this random like, "Fuck, of course you did. You lost your star receiver. You lost your head coach narrative, and they're fucking in the playoffs." Because fuck it, who knows?
Well, if I go next, Pang, you just took everything I was gonna say. It's gonna be the Colts. Obviously, they're gonna beat Jacksonville. I'm sorry, you're not. You're a 15-point favorite for a
Yeah,
reason.
Jacksonville lost to the Texans. Got swept.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Do not
The
play the Colts game this week. You are not getting good odds.
No, it's a terrible value play. Do not even touch it. Do not even. Honestly, if anything, take the under. That's about it. I don't even know what the number is. The Colts are going to run it, and the Jaguars aren't going to score. So there you go.
I have it right here.
But so you take
44.
Yeah, I
44?
agree with that.
Go the under. I'm going with the Colts and the Raiders. The Raiders, like Pang was saying, they have everything has been gone wrong for them. Derek Carr quietly has been balling out all year. He has put his team in great situations. Look what he did last week with that throw against a Colts team that I am going to talk about, I think, in a second. And he's been that damn good. And everybody's forgetting. Well, no one's forgetting. They're at home. They're in Vegas. The Chargers, they have a young Herbert, a young coach who sometimes has too big of balls and too big of an ego for his own good that could backfire. And everybody's forgetting this point. Nobody said this. Well, only 2 people have talked, and now me. They're going to do this for John Madden. This is the first game they've played since John Madden died. Okay? Second. They're doing this season for John Madden. They're going to playoffs for John Madden, the all-time Raiders coach. That's it. Raiders, Colts. Can't change my mind. If I had $1 million, I would take. I'd put $900,000 in the bank, and then I'd take $100,000 and put it on the Raiders.
I love it.
Really,
I love the Raiders. If I ever had to pick another team that wasn't the Giants, I would pick the Raiders. But I do think they steal one this weekend.
And that game
Wouldn't surprise me, dude. They fucking do.
That game did get flexed to Sunday Night Football.
It did, yeah.
You
Winning
are
in,
staring
man.
down-
Winning in.
Yeah, you are staring down a 49-point over under with a 3-point spread.
I get to be an under.
Raiders are 135 dogs.
Oh, see, I love that. And one last thing: the worst rush defense, or the second worst rush defense in the NFL, is the Chargers. And whose rushing game has turned it on the last month and a half? The Raiders. So, and they're at home. Anyway, go ahead, Mike. Let's hear this stupid shit.
So before I
Give me a
give,
snacks. We're just homies at this point.
before I give my pick, I do want to, because it is Sunday night, there is a crazy scenario.
Oh, here we go.
The Raiders and Chargers could tie and both teams get in. If I am Staley, I am calling the locker room and
Kneel
saying,
down. Kneel it
let's
down.
make this a tie, because you're going to know every outcome of every game before you go to onto the playing field.
Yep.
Because that
I would
probably
kneel it. Oh, I'm sorry, man.
yeah. No, but because it probably won't happen, I am saying
The
it's
NFL
going to be
won't let them do that, right? I mean,
I'm saying
we watched the
I fucking
Eagles do that.
wish.
Do that.
I
shit
mean, I've
last
seen
year.
entire teams take a knee before. Fuck it, why not? Just do it for 60 minutes straight.
Mike, for 60 minutes on everything holy to me, I swear to God, I would be more locked in to that game than I've ever been locked into a game.
What's going to
ever before.
happen?
And I have played in
This is
3
how it
Super
should
Bowls
happen.
since I was a kid.
Snacks. This is how it should happen. Every single time a team gets down to the 25-yard line, they just bring the kicker out.
Just kick them.
Field goal city, baby.
And
Field goal
Mike,
city.
Mike, if one misses, the other team gets down there. Okay, miss on purpose.
But because
Just
that
try to
won't
make
happen-
crossbar upright, and just see who can keep doinking it off.
Would it surprise you at this fucking point? I see some stupid shit. I just saw a guy running the end zone with his shirt off. Who fucking knows now?
Crazy.
2022. We're gonna up the game.
The other point that I want to make is, let's assume that the Colts beat the Jacksonville Kitty Cats. If the Raiders win because they just beat the Colts last week, the Raiders get the 6th seed.
Yep.
And the Colts
get
would
the
have to
7.
play the 7. If the Chargers win, they get the 7. The reason I bring that up,
but you aren't bringing in the Steelers Ravens game if the Jaguars beat the Colts.
I'm saying for the
Right.
assumption that they don't.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
As a Chiefs fan, I almost would rather play Herbert for the 3rd time than run against Jonathan Taylor.
That's a
That's a very
probably
valid
agree.
fucking
That's
point.
a great.
That's
point.
a valid
Agree.
fucking point.
So if they
Twice we
aren't,
agreed? Twice?
so if they are not kneeling the ball, I am cheering for the Chargers. That's my answer.
That's I can respect that. Yeah, that's smart.
Okay.
So you're not like picking who's going to win. You're rooting for the Chargers so you can play Herbert for a 3rd time, as opposed
And
to.
I do think they're going to win the game.
I want the Chargers to win so we have a chance at that ridiculously odd Super Bowl of the Rams versus Chargers in LA. Like she's gonna pay out somebody super huge, and if that ever happened, like you're gonna see some guy like that had it for like $1,000 get like $4 million or some shit, right? But we know it's not going to because the Chargers have been inconsistent. But I if I had to pick, it'd be the Chargers. But I think the Raiders pull it off because that's what the Raiders have done all season. Usurped expectations.
So we can hit the sports book together for Super Bowl and get fucked up.
That'd be funny as shit.
Dude, that'd be a great vlog. That'd be a great piece of content, bro. Just Robbie and Payne walking through a fucking casino and Cripple Creek just messed up at the DK sports book.
Dude, I wanted to take that bet, but a lot of places, only a few places had that bet. It was like a ridiculous, like 250 to 1 odds or some shit.
Pat.
Give me Chargers and Colts taking those last 2 spots. Colts are going to win. They're going to win their game.
The Jaguars
I
can
think
complete a pass.
this is the new era. This is the new era for the Chargers. I think this is them taking the step forward as a franchise, moving past all of their demons that they've had, their one-score games that they can't win, the crazy stuff that they've had go wrong. This is them getting themselves into the playoffs, starting fresh with Justin Herbert, moving forward as a franchise. Give me Colts, Chargers.
Yeah, give me Colts and Chargers as
Boo,
well.
fuck you, Robbie. Boo. Way to turn your back on the guys who've made us money.
I know.
I've seen what makes you cheer. Your boos mean nothing.
Dude, like, all right, like, I just feel like Narrative Street is entering, and this is where the Chargers start going back to, like, you know, those years where like Breeze was at the helm and they were like pretty decent. When those years when Rivers was at the helm and they were pretty decent, you know, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think that this is kind of back to the Chargers being playoff contenders year in and year out. But
what was that SportsMe thing, Robbie? It was like the Chargers have all these like Hall of Famers and no rings. Like,
no rings, yeah.
It's crazy.
I think that it's back to that. I think that it's back to that.
Justin Herbert, baby, he's ready.
But you know, in a year where guys like Burrow and Herbert have taken these organizations that have historically been fairly mediocre, the Bills as well. You know, hell, what Tannehill's done with the Titans. Week after week after week, year after year since he's been traded to that team. It's really it seems like the Chiefs. Well, hell, the Chiefs with Mahomes recently. Like you have a very young AFC. I'm intrigued to see how this shapes out over the next couple of years. I mean, fucking Wentz is what the oldest quarterback that's gonna be in that conference this playoffs. Him and Tannehill. So, I'm the future's bright. I want to go with the young guys in the Chargers. I want to see how this shapes out. Let's switch over to the NFC. Who snatches up those last slots for the NFC? You still got the fifth, sixth, and seventh, kind of like however those shake out. We start with you, Pat.
So Cardinals, Rams. Basically, if Rams win, they get like the 2 or 3 seed. Whoever comes in second out of those two teams gets the 5th seed. So that's secure.
Yeah, Cardinals clinched. Never mind. Yeah,
Cardinals clinched.
Cardinals are in.
Yeah.
And Rams, if they lose and the Cardinals overtake them for the NFC West, they at worst will be 5th.
Yep.
So we're looking at 49ers. If they win, they're in.
They're in as 6th seed.
Yep. I wrote out notes for this, but I lost my.
If the 49ers win,
That's good. You got a bye week, man. That's
Yeah, I'm not super worried. I will say this. I do think that the Saints do not get in. I think they lose to the Falcons. I think they put the pressure on themselves. They lose to the Falcons, and it doesn't even matter what the 49ers do.
I'm kind of with Pat there. Yeah, I think they play big spoiler. Yeah,
they're a 160 dog. Oh,
yeah,
that's. They already beat him once this year.
Bad motherfucker.
I don't trust Taysom Hill having to play quarterback in a win and get in game. No,
I'm with you, Pat. I'm with you.
Okay, Mike.
Hate it, but I'm with him.
Mike.
By the way, Pat, the last throw that Brett Favre ever threw as a Green Bay Packer was to who?
I don't remember.
Corey Webster, NFC Championship game 2007. Just letting you know.
Okay.
And also, Aaron Rodgers won an MVP in 2011 as a 15-1 Packer team, and then he lost 37-20 in the first round of the playoffs. Well, second round technically is their first game. Anyway, just that's all.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Other than that,
I remember.
agree with
I remember what the confusing thing was. Is the Eagles have already clinched a spot?
Yeah, the Eagles suck my balls. Don't worry about it.
Fuck the Eagles. Yeah.
Fuck, they're gonna get fucking slaughtered.
Mike.
This is a very weird night for me.
Yeah.
Because I am agreeing with Snacks way too freaking much. I was trying to give you a goddamn compliment, you goddamn ginger ass.
Oh!
Atlanta is going to beat the Saints. Niners get into the playoffs. Enough said.
Snacks.
I'm
with these three?
It's actually crazy because for whatever reason, I think Atlanta's very sneakily been good this year. New Orleans, the last 3 games has averaged. I think you could correct me. I think they've averaged 10.5 points on offense their last 3 games.
Yep.
They're just not a good football team right now. They have an amazing coach, but if I'm betting my money on Taysom Hill, like Pat was saying, under center in a winning game, get the fuck out of here. Or not a winning game.
It's not even winning in because
I
was
correcting myself. Yeah, right. I was correcting myself. But I just don't see him winning. Matt Ryan and the Falcons, they're not playing for a draft position. They're going to move like 1 spot or 2. No, Matt Ryan's going to go out with a bang. Arthur Smith deserves coach. Well, he's not going to get any votes, but that roster's terrible, and they've been competitive up until this last week. They have been in this hunt. I'm taking the Falcons to beat the Saints, and the Niners are in. I'm with Mike, and who I hate, despise. I think he's a fucking despicable 90-year-old man. He's a piece of shit. But I'm with Pat.
You know what's weird? I would also put on this that you guys brought it up. I would just put AJ Terrell on like Alvin Kamara. He's the only person that can catch passes on that team. Just put him there.
That too.
Just put him there, and that's it. And then now you locked up that offense and just put like 3 random stadium guys, like random audience members against the other 3 receivers. You'll be good. Trash it. Because Taysom Hill can't get that shit done.
Yeah, Taysom Hill's not getting it done.
No,
So you're going with the Niners.
Because of your guys' take, I'm putting $200 on the fucking Falcons to just win the money line.
Yo, they're a plus 160 dog right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it. I literally just submitted. That's why I was on my phone. I was like, I told my buddy, I was like, yo, put this shit in. We're taking Falcons money line.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'd rock Falcons.
I'm still upset they put Ian Book as like a fucking they gave the Dolphins negative the underdog. Who didn't take that bet? You thought Ian Book was gonna come out here and stop a decent defense? No, not the greatest, but we're good enough to beat your practice squad offense. Come on.
Yeah,
you'd hope so. Right?
I was laughing my ass. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna take that bet. Like if I could bet my fucking house, I would have. I would like, here we go. Give me 2 of these motherfuckers when we're done.
Raj, with your
on a parlay.
Upset at PFF ass over their defensive player of the year.
Yeah, fuck PFF.
Oh, shit.
Stupid ass fucking article saying AD is defensive player of the year and shit like that.
You know who owns PFF, right?
Yeah, it's fucking Chris Collinsworth with his dumbass Bengals fucking bitch ass. Sorry, I'm sorry. All right. Okay. I think San Fran takes the dub over the Rams, so the full playoff picture is gonna end up being Green Bay.
Shout out to our friends at PFF, by the way. We love you.
I subscribe.
Everyone but
they have good stats for shit. Helps out.
Sorry. Anyways, so it's gonna end up being, I think, so Green Bay, Tampa, Arizona, Dallas, Rams at 5, San Fran at 6, and then fucking what's their name? Eagles.
Yeah, the NFC seems a little bit.
I think it's a lot easier than the AFC. In my opinion.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think we're all in agreement, unless Robbie has a little trickery up his fucking sleeve.
No, we're all in agreement.
We're all. Well, I also was
2
hearing
least favorite teams.
I was hearing that the NFC might pull some of the teams out of the wild card and bring in the healthiest team that doesn't have COVID, and the Giants have no COVID cases. So
yeah, oh my god,
no COVID cases either.
I think they meant the healthiest actual football team.
Don't fucking start me, Raj. I swear to fucking.
Please don't. No, we're starting now. Go for it.
Isn't your team starting Jake Fromm?
From where?
He was good in college.
State Farm.
He was on QB1, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
You know. I listen. I don't need this bullshit right now. Okay. I'm going to the game on Sunday, and I have one goal. That's
to get kicked out.
Oh, I'm getting kicked. I'm getting thrown out. Like
Okay.
that is it. I'm getting thrown out of the game. I have not been thrown out of a game since 2009, and I'm not wasting my reputation and my resume on this Sunday. I'm getting thrown out.
I just want to reiterate the Giants starting quarterback last game had a 5.3 passer rating. It's pretty impressive. I didn't know he could be that bad.
Where do you live, Raj?
Canada. So
no.
Before you get in,
They're not letting Americans in right now.
Let him answer.
Americans in.
Where do you live?
What's up? Canada.
Canada. What part?
Near the American border. We'll say that much.
Yeah.
He can see Joe Louis Arena.
I can see Joe
From his
Louis
house.
Arena. I can.
I'm coming.
Wait, from your house?
We're not going to be the
No,
Commanders.
not
We're going to be the
literally.
Admirals. Treat. We're going to be the Admirals. It blows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Washington.
I hate-
I thought that got proven fake. The whole website.
Oh, Rob, real quick. What did you want them to be called?
The Red Wolves,
What?
so we can still
Red
keep
Wolves.
HTR.
Okay.
I was just trying to find an excuse to keep
I feel like
HTR,
the
to be
Admirals
honest.
isn't that bad though. Am I like in the minority here?
All right, here's the thing.
I think
like,
Red Wolves is
don't
better, though.
all right. So there's a downside. Like
Red Bull's
I
definitely
don't-
better.
I-
I'm just saying, like it's not.
I hope that it's not the Admirals. I hope that it's nothing that like they're leaking. I hope they're just like doing like a really great troll job and it's going to be the Red Wolves. But like I
They
already heard-
announced that it's not the Red Wolves
I-
or because of copyright or
Supposed to be
something.
the Commanders, isn't it?
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's going to be the Admirals from what I'm hearing. But you know, fuck
Well,
me,
no,
right?
no, but
You
the
know,
whole the Admirals thing, that was like someone who just bought the fucking
domain.
the fucking domain and then just redirected to the Washington the official website.
Well, I mean,
Oh.
we don't know. But no one knows. No one knows. Like no one knows. Hopefully, they're just trolling us. Like I want them to just be trolling us.
What if they just come on and it's like, hey, we're the Washington football team?
Yo,
Be
stop.
fucking hilarious.
Yo, what the?
Oh, I can't wait till that happens.
You know what?
Sorry.
Last topic. God damn it. Fuck. advice for
let's
fantasy
do it.
content. Yeah, advice for
You should
fantasy
just change it to
content
Washington
creators during the
football
off
and just be
season.
WTF.
Raj, we'll start with you. Or no, I think we start with St. Pat because he went last. Never mind.
Yeah.
No, Raj went last.
Well, Raj, yeah.
Raj is a dirty fucking whore.
Yeah, well, we know
Facts.
this. Raj, advice for
So
fantasy content creators during the off season.
I am not a fantasy football content creator, so I
You
will
write
pass this question
articles.
off to Pengs. What?
That's content,
I
brother.
read football articles, not fantasy football articles.
Well,
so
either
I will
way,
pass
it
this
still
question off to
counts.
It
Pengs.
is content.
Fine. Fucking. I don't know how to answer this question. I'm not like you guys. What the fuck you want me to tell you?
Well, you're on with us. You're just like us.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay. Yes.
I respect your opinion more than Mike's.
So do I.
think that's a given, right?
Okay, hold on.
He is the only guy
Let's go
that
for
guessed that crazy.
I'm gonna take
Jacksonville
it
win.
from him. But I thought you loved me.
I do.
Do we all do? It's okay,
Was that you, Robbie? Did you mute him?
No, he
fuck
muted
no.
himself.
Okay.
No,
Who was calling fucking? Who was calling Raji a troll for taking
Raj,
Jacksonville
answer
to
the
do the
question.
upset?
Everyone on the panel.
It was
Every
the
single
funniest
person.
shit.
And then they fucking won.
He was trolling though, but you still
I
got it
was.
right.
That is true. But if anyone wants to, whether it's football, fucking fantasy football, baseball, hockey, whatever, just know what you're talking about. I think is the main thing, because there's a lot of fucking people who try and write articles, try and push it on Twitter, have a podcast, whatnot. But half the time they don't know what they're talking about, and just make them look stupid. So. And not to like diss anybody, like I'm not saying any names or whatever, but like if you want to do something, fuck, shut up. But no, like know what you're talking about in the very at least slightly. I think is the number one rule, because if you don't know what you're talking about, you're not gonna do shit. That's all I gotta say.
Hey,
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I mean, Raj got it right. I mean, that's how I feel half the time. I mean, so me and a few other best ball guys, we have our own fucking thing, right? Everybody has their own little group chats or shit. And I'm not gonna lie, I was personally, and a few others were sour that like a lot of these people came out and did the best ball content and was like goofing it hard, just fucking utter like donkey shit. Okay, it was really bad, and I don't know if you look at the payouts for it, you can tell who made finals and who didn't. And it was just like, hey, like go ahead and talk about it, not a big deal, but like don't tell how people like how you think it's gonna win when this is literally your first time entering it. Imagine if I went to DFS, or it's not DFS, well even there, or fucking Dynasty was like, oh yeah, I totally know Dynasty, dude, but I've never talked about it in the last 5 years. Here we go, right? Like I write these Dynasty articles for you guys. Yeah, like first round picks don't mean shit. Trade for 30-year-old players. That's how I win, right? You'd be like, the fuck. Yeah, and we saw a lot of that for best ball this year. So I will say, write about what you know. Like if you know your shit, know your shit. I'm not gonna write for fucking Dynasty. You'll never see me do it because I don't know a damn thing about it, or even DFS. I'll make a pick.
That's such good advice. Like know what you got. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, and like DFS, like sure, we talk DFS every week, whatever. But me and Robbie don't fucking go out there and be like, these are DFS lineups that are gonna win you millions of dollars, right? I'll be like, I'll pick my one random pick. I'm not gonna go like, you're wrong. My $2.50 I won last week proves that you're wrong, like that kind of shit. So I saw a lot of that, and to be honest, like a lot of us, me and a few others, Steve Perkins and stuff, we went into a lot of best ball against the community because everyone did a bunch of teams. Like my buddy Preston, we won. We made money on the Twitter community because they didn't know how to do best ball. So like for anything, and just any content, if you don't know, you fucking know. It's fine. But bring somebody on, because especially if you have a big following, we fucking best ballers need it. The DFSers need a spot. Just throw us on. We'll fucking come on. But don't try to lose people money. That's the one thing we will say. Don't fucking lose somebody money.
I mean, don't lose someone by. That's about as good advice as you can give. Yeah. So obviously it's always tough. I would say find your niche, whatever.
Instead of a niche.
I still don't know how to say that word after 18 years of life.
It's like the hardest goddamn word in the world.
Wrong too.
Yeah, niche, whatever. But find your niche. Whether like you said yours is DFS.
No, mine's best ball. I suck at DFS.
I'm sorry. Best ball. Somebody's could be DFS, somebody's could be Dynasty. Or redraft your rankings this way, and you're monitoring everybody, training camps, free agent signings, draft picks, where they go. Just find what you specialize in. Don't try and do things on 4 different platforms and have minimal knowledge on Dynasty and redraft and DFS and best ball and try and give advice that way. Stick to one thing you know, have conviction, and have a voice. Be yourself. I know it's very difficult. We sit on camera, and I'd like to think that we're all ourselves. I know I am. I know Mike is, because he's a piece of shit and he's on the camera. So it's like just be yourself. Be yourself on the camera as you are with your friends, and people are going to take you a lot more seriously. Whether it's via writing, write the same way you talk. Talk the same way to talk to your friends on camera. It's just be authentic and stick to what you know, and then you will find success. That's all I could say, because I don't know shit. That's why I don't talk about shit. I just come on here and I ramble. So don't take advice from. I'm kidding. But be very articulate. Pick your spots. Do what you think is what your strength, and go right from there. And whether it's writing, podcasting, YouTubing, whatever you have, stick to something. Go with it. Use your voice, and you will find success. Fuck you, Mike.
Sorry, real quick. What's next?
Yeah,
One thing I have to bring up too is like something I noticed that I did a lot, and maybe others. We're afraid to fight against the grain, right? Like against certain players too. I did it. Not all the time, but sometimes we always kind of like go, yeah, you could be good, right? It's always could be good. Sometimes I'm just like, yo, I fucking don't like Chase Claypool. And it's okay to say that. Like, don't have someone convince you otherwise, because it actually makes you a worse fantasy player. It's one thing to say, like, I see your point, and there's another to be like, okay, well, then I'm drafting 12% Deontay Johnson, 12% Chase Claypool. No, bitch, if you don't like somebody, you don't like them. You don't have to make up for it.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things I fucking faltered really hard this season. I was like, man, okay, I don't want to be wrong. But you end up being wrong. Like, you end up being wrong at some point.
Well, Pat, what we do and give advice to everybody, and what we say in our videos and in our writing and everything, I don't think this is crazy for me to say. I think we're wrong more than we are right. So,
just trust your gut. Sometimes we tell people to trust their gut all the time.
20 times more, exactly. So, but my point is, have conviction, back your statements up with facts and why you think that. Whether it doesn't even have to be numbers. I'm not a numbers guy. I go by the eye test. I'll say I like this offensive situation, this offensive coordinator I liked here, and he moved here. This is why I like him in this system. So it could be a whole bunch of different little nuances, but have conviction in your statements, whether you're doing it on camera, in writing, on a podcast, whatever the case is. Conviction is very, very key, and just being authentic and yourself is even more the key. People will trust your opinion, and they will listen.
Conviction, it's okay to be wrong. Like,
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. If you have conviction and you're wrong, at least you had that conviction. If you're like, like you were saying, like, oh, I really love Aaron Jones this year, but I also like Nick Chubb. So, I mean, you guys can decide it's a coin flip. No one's gonna You're gonna turn the channel. No one cares.
Yeah, no one's gonna listen to you. They're gonna say, well, that's no answer.
But going into the year, if you're like, okay, Aaron Jones has scored 9 touchdowns over his last 3 years, every single season, and his rush yards per game is this with Rodgers behind center and blah 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 blah. You find these stats out, do your research, do everything, do your homework. People will listen to that. So
I fucking love that you say that, because I was a Nick Chubb against Aaron Jones guy this season too. That's fucking hilarious, and it worked out. Like, but I could have easily just been wrong, and I'm like okay with that.
Right, exactly.
Just like great.
Just have your conviction, have your conviction, have your reasoning, find your voice, and that's it. Fuck
Robbie.
Fuck you.
I can't say that I love Robbie, but I will say one thing. Fuck Mike.
So Super Bowl team,
Mike, I can't wait till you come to New Jersey. I'm going to give you the greatest experience of your life.
So my advice is actually I'm giving to my damn self. And Robbie hears me say this off camera, and so does Pat. Because I don't do it. Be yourself when you're doing your shit, and don't care what other fucking people on Twitter think. That's all I'm saying.
That's hard, yeah. It's a really hard thing to deal with.
Yeah, short and simple, and honestly, it's facts. Because people do.
The amount of people that have been pissed off that like I'm taking a social media break. That so first off, I didn't advertise like I'm doing it. I'm like, yeah, like I'll still do like my routinely content, but like I'm not coming to y'all like live like every fucking day now. Like, I'm not doing it. Like I'm not doing it. Like You know, I'll be doing It's Vibes, and I'll be doing this, you know, like throughout the season, and then like you guys will get like you know my vlogs every once in a while, you know, until like I get back into like you know NBA and shit like that, and like I get ready for the draft. But yeah, so like I fucking agree. Like I agree. Be your fucking self. Like people were upset like I was taking a media break. Like I'm taking a media break. Like I didn't need to announce it. I don't need to fucking do what your favorite the other analyst is doing. I'm doing me. Me. Yeah.
Amen.
Like that advice, Mike. Pat.
Engage your audience. Know who your audience is. Sell yourself as a content creator. Be yourself. Basically what we've all been saying. Everyone has hits. Everyone has misses. They're littered throughout all of our social medias. I don't want to go back listening to NFL AM to hear all my misses because I know they're abundant. Be entertaining. Listen to what other people say because especially as you're trying to gain followers and gain traction, people want to be heard. And if they feel like they hear you, they're going to follow you back. And on that note, something that a lot of people get in the way of, they get in their own way. They worry so much about their follower ratio that they isolate their audience. And guess what? There's no penalty for having just as many followers or following as you do followers. Twitter doesn't give a fuck. But you know what? People will follow you back because they want to see their own follower number go up too. They want to see themselves grow.
Really, Pat? That's all?
No, but people want to be heard. They want to be engaged with.
It's that validation.
And yeah, I've gained 4,000 followers in the last 2.5 months. Why? I traded follows with people, with a lot of football content people who
that you gave content back, yeah.
And I gave content back. They care about football, and guess what? We had no mutual follows before, and now they're in the space. I'm not fighting for that same 5% of the pie of other content creators' attention.
Right. Amen. Like,
none of us need to be. None of us need to be doing that. We don't have to fight for that same 5%.
No.
Let's fight for ESPN's 95%.
Yeah, right. Exactly. You kind of took the words right out of my mouth there. Like me and Robbie first connected a couple of years ago, and we were, small in the space, and he's like, "Oh, come on." He was listening to BDG. I'm like, "Hell yeah, okay." And we completely hit it off. And then from there, that's where it goes.
We just became friends, yeah.
Literally, like off-camera friends, like everything.
Yeah.
You could talk to me, I could talk to him. It doesn't matter. It like you said, Pat, that was a great point. Like follower count, none of that shit matters at all. You put out good stuff, you become friends with people, and you ask to go on a channel. Like that's why,
ask to go on the channel. That's what we got to do.
TL hits you up, things like that.
I asked. He was like, "Can I come on Rumboyz After Dark?" I was like,
"Yeah, of course you can." Yeah, and Pat kills it. I mean,
and he hasn't but he hasn't left. Damn it.
Well, he works there. He earned it. He earned it. Yeah, he earned it.
He did. Although Brett Favre's last pass as a Packer was to a Giant, Aaron Rodgers' 15-1 season MVP year, lost 37-20 at Lambeau Field. But regardless of that fact, Pat does all those things. I'm sorry, I cracked myself up sometimes. But I just have to throw
someone up. So
I have to throw in there, Pat. I love you. I'm sorry, buddy.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I know you do.
I love you. But it really is so true because I think my friendship with Robbie is really it's very close. It's all week. I was supposed to call him Monday.
Yeah,
I didn't. We didn't talk on the phone till 5:00 Eastern time today.
Yeah,
just like a busy week and everything. And I texted him this morning. I'm like, it was like 9:00 this morning, which I know was like.
Yeah, he was like, I understand if you don't want to be friends anymore.
It's like, yeah, if you don't want to be friends anymore, I understand. I'm like, I feel really bad.
And my response is like, all good, LOL.
Yeah, I'm like, call me after 5, and we didn't set anything up. He called me 5:19 Eastern time, and I'm like, oh, what's that? It's just like that. So just keep branching out, follow accounts that you appreciate, ask to be on something that you want to be on. What are they gonna say? No? Who gives a fuck? You're putting yourself out there. You put your content out there. If they don't like it, then foot it up. You go to the next one.
Exactly.
That's it. It's all just trial and error. Robbie asked me, come on. I was okay, yeah, sure. I wanted to be on more things, right? You know, that's it.
Yeah, there's
people want
times
to be
where he'll
asked.
hit me up. Yeah, there's times where he'll hit me up like, you got a slot, and I'm like, yeah, bro.
Yeah, people want to be asked. So anybody that's like starting slowly and DM somebody, anybody that's got like a pod or something that their DMs are open, be like, hey, anytime you got like a free 15 minutes, love to pop on, share my thoughts or something like that. Just do it. Worst they say is no. Then ask the next person, and don't burn a bridge. Be like, okay, no problem. I understand.
Don't burn a bridge.
I understand. Yeah. That's
hey,
it.
Robs, let me go. Ooh, 2 donuts in one night, man.
Wow.
Dilly dilly.
Wow.
Anyway,
just so you know, fucking people wonder, like, Robbie loves every donut. It doesn't matter what it is, how much it is. Stoke, man, you're fucking here with us. Yeah. I don't want to be here with me.
Well, luckily, I want to be here with all of you guys, even though sometimes, like, we insult each other. Like, it's all jokes. Like, it's all love. For those that don't know, like, I know, like, sometimes, like, new people will hop in the channel, like, whoa, like, we love each other. Like, it's all jokes. Like, a lot of us have been working together for, like, a while. So, like, don't yeah, exactly, yeah.
Fuck you, Robbie.
Yeah, fuck you too, Raj. With
that,
that,
chicken strips.
Dude, stop. I am so excited for after this show to just carb high and protein high. Like, when I tell you that lift killed me, I got out. I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot
Robbie,
have carbs.
Go. Pump it. Come on, Robbie. Come on, bro.
I can't.
Hold on. I can to right there, and then it
praise Jesus, hallelujah.
And then it's right there in there. I want to end it though with this. Be yourself. Not just like be yourself. Like, a lot of people are like, well, what does that mean? Like really, really, like be yourself. Like, if it's if you're good at like remixing songs and making them into fantasy stuff, do it. If you're good at fucking comedy, then rely on it. Me, I'm good at cracking jokes, drinking, and analyzing film. I put those three to get things together, and then boom, that's my product. Like that's my brand. I'm really good at marketing. I love SEO. So that's something I'm good at. That's something I'm passionate about. Also, do not think that you can do this shit yourself. You are going to burn out. It is going to exhaust you. Okay. There's nothing wrong with taking a break. If you need to give yourself a content creation break, give yourself like about a 2-week break. All right. There's nothing wrong with taking a break. But get a team, get a reliable team, find trustworthy people to work with, teach yourself all the different things that, if you don't know how to, if you're going to be hiring someone to make graphics or find someone to make graphics for you, first experiment around with it so that, you at least know what you're going to be looking for in that hire. If you're not good at audio engineering, at least first try fuck around with it. And that way, what you're looking for, when you bring on someone to do your audio or you bring on someone to do your videos or whatever, try and become a jack of all trades. So that way, if someone tells you, oh, well, I don't think that we'll be able to make, this filter work for this video editor. I don't think we'll be able to cut to this scene that way. No bullshit, because I've already tried. I've already done it myself. So if not, move out the way and I can, do it myself. So find a team, but also train yourself to be able to run that team and know everyone's jobs, so that way you can bring on quality people to fulfill those roles and fulfill those jobs. And then also know what you're good at. If there's nothing wrong with saying, hey, I don't have the time to be able to start up my own network or start up my own YouTube channel, start my own company. Find one to get involved with. It's okay. If you're good at writing, go be a writer. If you're good at making graphics, go make graphics. If you're good at making graphics, also lend in, and helping merch and shit, like making merch designs, shit like that. But know your strengths and see how you can, use those strengths to put you on. This is the off season now, just about. This is the time where you're going to start, seeing, a lot of my colleagues, a lot of my homies that, have embraced me in this industry. They're going to start going around, finding interns. They're going to start hiring, you're going to start seeing, their videos or whatever, coming up. I know Matthew Berry just he's doing some signings. I know football guys are doing some signings. There's opportunities, there's jobs open. Chase that shit. Chase that shit. If you don't want to go for a big company, find a startup and go work with a startup. There's nothing wrong with, starting off doing some work for fucking free and then building your name up and then building a portfolio and building a resume. But at the end of the day, if you really want it, fucking carve the time out of your life and to do it, and it doesn't just have to be sports. It doesn't just have to be fantasy football. You can do whatever you want. If you want to film fucking pranks, go film pranks. If you want to fucking do sketch comedy on YouTube, do fucking sketch comedy. It doesn't matter, but be creative and be passionate about what you do. And that's how we're ending it. Fellas, y'all know how we got to do. Y'all know how we got to close out. Shout out to the whole entire chat. We appreciate you, Pirate Gang. Cheers to me. Cheers to you. All the Run Boys and girls, what to do. Dilly Dilly. We appreciate you. Happy Friday, y'all. Peace.